in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient, and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous. Is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing. All our minds, they put the work in. We got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass halfway. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no, I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you, we died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous. Scared I would pop off fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of love, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'ma be something that they can never be me. Nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Cause I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. Sometimes I feel like all is lost, but I know it's not true. I wanna put up all my walls cause I'm not in the mood, but then I cut myself off from the rest of the room. I know that time can heal it all if you're patient, and soon it can all be worth it, all the searching. Pain is never really permanent, but damn it hurts, man. I could feel all of the turbulence and it's concerning. I've been searching for a purpose, I hope it's worth it. This society is really trying me. Ain't no hide and seek, I hide to be far from anxiety. I need my space, I need my privacy. I need some silence, please, you're all too loud. You don't speak quietly, opinions violently thrown across every surface. It makes me nervous. Is the world honestly burning? That's all I'm learning. Hope that we can make a turn and start reversing. All our minds, they put the work in. We got some work, man. I can hear the demons call when they do what they do. And now I feel like taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. taking off, find a place with a view. The pain is never gonna stop if it's controlling you. I know that time can heal it all, I just gotta get through. I just gotta get through. Gotta get through this, life is a nuisance, tie up some loose ends. I try to be human, find a solution, my evolution. A place like this, it didn't exist, we made it like this. So you can go pick the bad or the good, got a glass half wish. I know, it's easier to hide than just to lay low. Not everyone in life has got a halo. I'm standing in the red inside a payphone. Just wanna break, no, I'm not gonna give in. Take a last shot, Michael J. Win. No, I'm not a robot, I'm in my own skin. Never get lost when thoughts pull you in. I miss the old you, we died with a purpose. All the energy around me felt nervous, scared I would pop off fast to the surface. Had to cut it off before you made me worthless. Torn apart, I've been torn and scarred. I had a given art, but now I'm thinking smart. I'm keeping up my guard, I'm hiding every card. A royal flush of left, you never know what's hard. With a back to the mat, gonna see where I'm at. I'ma fight like I'm mad, I'ma be something that they can never be me. Nice try, but they'll see I achieve everything while they stay salty.
Yes, people, I hope you guys can hear me. This is a serious rocky start. I put the intro on and my screen got frozen, even though it's a new system. I'm not sure what's going on. But that's by the way. We're going to start anyway while I try and sort out the problem. Again, I'm going to try to sort it out as soon as possible. Please be patient with me. But more importantly, the show goes on. The problem isn't going to stop. So I think I can use the iPad. I keep talking with you while I try to figure out what's going on with the screen. I hope everyone is doing well. Quite a lot of stuff to talk about today. The Chelsea pursuit of Cucurella, it's looking like it's taken, a very confusing turn, if you want to phrase it that way. But I think we will eventually get the player over the line. We'll also talk about other players. We'll talk about Frenkie De Jong. We'll talk about Wesley Fofana and every other player that we've been linked with. So please, but be patient with me. I will sort out the situation as soon as possible. And Jafta Sekwa is one of the first to comment today. He says Brighton are being difficult. No wonder Cucurella requested a transfer. Again, it's business for everyone involved. It's business for Chelsea Football Club. It is business for Brighton, and they want to get the most that they can from the sale of the player. You can't blame them for that. So it's as simple as that. But again, I think the mistake was, you could say, from us, Chelsea, because we tried to offer them Levi Colwell in the first place. So probably they sensed, you could say, desperation there. And they sensed it that, okay, these guys are desperate. What can we do to get the most amount of money out of them? So they're starting to do what they see, that will help them gain something big from the transaction. We want them to take Levi Colwell on loan, and they want him on a permanent basis. And chances are they're not agreeing to us to agree to add to add a buyback clause. But we're not sure what the situation is really. We'll follow it as it develops, and if anything comes up, we will let you know. Let me just quickly try and fix the system here. Yeah, I think with this one, I can say we'll be good. Just let me know if you can hear me. I'd have to remove one of them. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, please, if you're in the chat, let me know if you can still hear me. I'll turn on my camera in a bit. Just give me a second. Yeah, technology isn't perfect yet. A sincere apologies to you all, for waiting for me to fix the issue. And even when I was able to fix it, it still isn't working properly. So let me see. Yep, I think my camera is fine. Let me see this. Still want to share my screen. Oh yeah, we moved. Thank you very much, guys, for your patience and everything. Yeah, I've read that message from Sikwa. Did I jump? Oh, I started from where my screen showed me. So it's not like I wanted to, skip anybody's comment here. So thank you very much, guys, for your patience again. I cannot thank you enough. Phantom of Many Topics says he is the 10th to like. And we have, again, we have Abnaf. He said, hi, all. Liam Lane already there. Blue Money Cucurella. And a report that TT, has told Carney Chukwuemeka that he will be part of the first team. I'm not surprised the kid is good enough, if you ask me. So I'm going to quickly, catch up with everybody here. We play the intro and we move. A show goes on no matter what happens. It says, Gopal there, say, hey, Coach, how are you? I'm doing well, brother. How are you, Gopal? I hope you're doing well. So apologies. More importantly, I hope everyone is doing well. But I'm just going to skip to the very bottom so we can start the show. Quite a lot of comments already. The comment section is already on fire. And already we have 31 likes. I cannot thank you enough for that. Just give Brighton 40 million plus Colwell for Cucurella and insert the buyback clause. The buyback clause may well be the issue there, but we don't know what's going on. But I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Your conversations remain there. I cannot read everything right now. Because of the technical issues we have. If I try to read them all, we will get into serious trouble here. We're not gonna, go beyond reading the comments, and the show will come to an end. So again, thank you for your patience. I can thank you enough. You guys are absolute legends. Still, my screen freezes again, but I think we'll be all right. It will come back. I just have to shut off a few stuff here to get it to start working properly. But let's see what happens. Again, Chukwuemeka he's young, but I think he's a good player overall and will do well for us. I don't think for Thomas Tuchel to promise him, forced him, forced his participation, his inclusion, promises inclusion in the first team. I'm not surprised if you've seen him play in the Premier League. It plays like in his, you could say in his 20s, whereas he's not even 20 years old yet. So let's get into the show. Thank you for your patience and everything. Believe me, it's going to be a brilliant show today, Ken, and you're not going to be disappointed. So thank you for waiting. Let's do this. Yes, people, again, welcome back to the show. I hope that everyone in the chat is doing well. I sincerely do mean that. I think the situation has reset itself back to a panic, situation. We're beginning to think just 2 days ago, or even yesterday, we've all started to think, oh, things are going in the right direction. Players are leaving, and we're hearing about players coming in. We signed Carney Chukwuemeka, and there are, Slonina signed officially, and other players that we're linked with. We've been hoping to see them, to see the club get the deal across the line. But, it just seems as if Brighton learned a few lessons from other clubs that we've dealt with this window. They decided to move the goalposts, and I'm not surprised. Like we've argued before, even before that happened, we've advised people not to hold their breath, with hopes of the deal happening until they see the player, holding the club shirt, and we get an official statement from the club. That's when you can argue it is done. But in fact, we're seeing familiar stories, familiar occurrence with the story of Rafinha, K-Boy, if you want to call his name, Kunde again. I'm not really surprised, but I think this one is different in the sense that Brighton, they know the player. He's made his intention to leave clear to them, and again, I think if selling him to us would mean they get more money, except if another actor comes into play and say they want the player to. That's when it becomes a bidding war. I think we're best positioned to get him, and I don't think we should afford to the trap of letting the player join them on a permanent. I'm suspecting because they're trying to get a replacement immediately, and we happen to have a player who they like, who they believe, can replace a Cucurella, and do well for them in the person of Levi Colwell. So I do think maybe the holdup may well be that we're trying to insert a buyback clause, or maybe we're trying just to loan into them, and they don't want it to be like that. But it's just confusing. But again, some say they've moved the goalposts. They're asking more money. Maybe the case is if we're not willing to sell Levi Colwell to them, then we'd have to pay them more money. I'm not sure that's the case. But Ty, I'm going to bring you in immediately. But first, it's important that I ask how you're doing. I hope you're doing well, brother.
Yeah, I'm fine. But this Cucurella thing is something I'm not surprised about.
You don't sound fine, actually. You sound like you're going in your mind. What the heck? Like again? How's this happening again? But that's by the way, Ty. Let me know your thoughts on what you think. What do you think is going on, really?
It's pretty clear that Brighton want Levi Colwill, and that they all along, even though it wasn't being said, the plan was always that they were okay with selling him to us, but they also want Levi Cole in the deal as well, and that is something I'm not surprised about, because I keep saying that if they're gonna be losing Cucurella, who they were hoping would stay at the club for them for the next 4 years at least, they would have thought that, okay, we need to find a replacement first. Now, because Chelsea have a player that is attractive to not only them, to Leicester City, to other clubs as well, they will be saying that, okay, we, instead of having to search for ourselves, we could just get this player off their hands who can play as a left centre back, and we can possibly try him as a left wing back. Although I don't think Levi Cole is that versatile. I think more of a left back, left centre back type of role. So they're gonna say that, okay, we're not gonna sell to you until we get a replacement. So the only way that we can get him is either we give them Levi Cole, which right now the club is not intending to do, and I respect that, or pay them more money, which to me is nonsense, because you cannot be changing what you're saying. If the asking price returning Man City is 50 million, Man City
Mhm.
we're saying they're not going over 40 million. We have supposedly offered more or a little bit over 50 million. Just accept the bid, and let's move on. I mean, and people are saying this now, and I'm agreeing with it. If it's not done by today, walk away. I cannot be seeing the same thing happening 3 times in a row, where we offer something that they asked for, and then because they want something from us, we're gonna have to wait a long time. We're trying to get on with our business. We need to get these deals done so that they can come in, they can train, so that they can play in the upcoming games. Everton is definitely out. Spurs is a possibility, but we cannot do that until we sign players. So we need to get these deals done, and Brighton are making it difficult for us. So if what reports are saying is true about them not wanting us to walk away because they want Levi Cole, or they just threaten to walk away then, because you cannot be
Or
letting this.
even walk away for real.
Yeah, do that. So it makes no sense, because it's, I mean, as much as Cucurella would bring a lot of great things to the team, it's not like he's the only left wing back out there. You have Berna Sosa still out there. You have Kostic, the player that West Ham were after. So I think in that sense that we can go for other targets. I just wanted Cucurella because Cucurella had the aggression, the pace, he has the instinct, and he can create. He has, compared to what our other wing backs were doing, the only player that had created more chances than him was possibly Alonso. If it's not Alonso, I think it's Alonso and James or Asper, I don't remember. So I mean, he was a part of the stats that could have benefited us. So that is why I want Cucurella. But he's not the only left wing back out there. There's other options. I mean, you also have Yakim Mela, who you could get from Atalanta, who can play on the left as well. So there are options out there. It's just that this deal makes so much sense because Cucurella wants to leave. He put in a transfer request, and I mean, if it's true that he's pushing for the move, then let me see if he's actually pushing for it, because I don't really believe he's pushing for the move, because he's in Spain right now, relaxing on holiday still. But he's not training with Brighton. He's deciding not to.
Hmm. Again, thank you for that contribution, Ty. And I want to say thank you to everyone in the chat. Apologies for the slow start. It was due to some technical issues. As I was even trying to sort it out, the screen froze and the intro ran out for more than it should. But that's, by the way, again, the show will have started, and I still believe we'll have a brilliant show. I'm going to try and catch up with what we have in the chat already, see how much of the contributions that I can read, and then I'll come back to the panel, get to Goppo, and then the panic bus driver, Rodrigo. Hopefully you've made enough room. Hopefully you've gotten a bigger bus, because a lot of people will be in panic mode right now. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So my brother CFC Fahim says, big up Brighton being cheeky within negotiations. And that's why it is called negotiation. You want to try, to make the most of the situation. And again, like I said before, they've sensed it that we're desperate. Are we desperate? Of course we're desperate. We're losing defenders, and we still have 2 more defenders who leave. But we can actually hold them back. We can actually refuse to let them join Barcelona if we cannot get Cucurella or any other target we're looking at to fill in the spaces that they'd leave. When if we sell them to Barcelona. But that's, by the way, again, I thank you, CFC Fahim, for finding the time to join us, brother. If you haven't, go check out CFC Fahim's YouTube channel. It's probably approaching 6,000 right now. It's one of the fastest growing YouTube channels. Be sure to subscribe and let him know I sent you. But more importantly, I like having him around. I know he likes to join here because of the conversation, not because of the shout out. So maybe I don't turn him off, but I always asking people to go subscribe to his channel. But thank you, brother. Killer Ray said maybe Food forgot. Todd forgot to invite the Brighton board for dinner, and now they pissed at him. That's a possibility. I don't know. Maybe you're correct. I don't know. So how is the young deal going? We'll talk about him in a bit. We're not just going to rush into it. Good morning, Cucurella and the panel, says Michael Ebuka. One Nedalo, nice to see you here. I appreciate you finding time to join us. Again, let me see what else we have here. Please, could you tell me about Endrick? I don't know much about that player, but I'll highlight that. So I'll ask the panel, and they will help us, understand. Those that know him well will educate us on what type of player he is. It's not your fault due to the sanctions that delayed your business, but you still have to pay the price, for that boy, and overpaying to catch up. Again, we are going to panic buy. It's looking likely we will panic buy in the sense of paying more money. I don't think we'll panic buy in the sense of buying the wrong profile of players. We will get the players we want, but we will eventually pay more than we should pay. And Killer Red, why are you saying you? Are you not a Chelsea fan? You let me know. I want to find out. All I know about this Endrick guy is he's 16 years old, wonder kid from Brazil. Oh, okay, the one we're trying to sign from Brazil. Okay, if they want a 60 million, then don't loan or sell. Yeah, you can't take 60 million and then take forward to how much in total we will be paying for the play. It wouldn't make sense. 60 million, of course, but we'll see. I think it's one. We will get that deal over the line. Again, in advance, I'm going to say apologies to everybody in the chat. Hi, Liam Lane. I hope you're doing well. Iswara, I hope you're doing well. Again, Ebaile, I hope you're doing well. Looks like you changed your username. I don't think that's what I usually see, but that's, by the way, I say it's that are refusing to allow a buyback clause. I'm sensing that that's what I think may well be the argument, because I think Chelsea would agree to sell Levi Colwill to them, but they would want to have a buyback clause because he's a talent. A talent you don't know yet. Maybe if he start playing for Chelsea, that's a chance he can, measure the level of Cucurella with time. We don't know, but we'll see what happens. He's still young. He's still very young. And I think how many years younger than Cucurella? Slowly the Cucurella story is dying out. I will be very disappointed in Todd Boehly if this doesn't happen. It's not Todd Boehly. It's not him. It's club sensing that we're desperate. And really, we are desperate. So I can't blame Todd Boehly right now. Yesterday, we were all singing in praises until Brighton started moving the goalpost. So we should, just judge the man fairly, objectively, if you prefer. Good morning, bro. Please tell Tuchel, to leave our players alone. The same players who won Champions League for us today. You got it. Keep Ziyech, Timo. It doesn't work like that. What if the players themselves want to leave? You can't keep on an unhappy player. It's as simple as that. Are we hijacking FDJ? That is the only hijack I see that we may well be able to pull off. And by the way, the case of Cucurella isn't a hijack. It is not in any way. So that's just the truth. 25 along RB Barca. Okay, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom right now. Apologies to everybody in the chat if I miss your comments, your contributions. I will try to get to your subsequent contributions. I'm only human, please. We want the topic we're talking about to align. I'll try not to miss subsequent contributions in the chat. So that's, by the way, but more importantly, welcome to all of you in the chat, and thank you for 49 likes already. That's not easy. I think we're on fire today. I'm gonna come to you, Gopu, your thoughts on what's going on, and Ty. By the way, just quickly, do you think we're still? Okay, you didn't sound like you think we'll still pull this one off. So, yeah, that's by the way.
I was
But
never, I
coming
was
to you,
never,
sorry, go ahead, Ty.
I was never convinced. I was speaking in optimism, but at the same time, I probably was saying that this makes too much sense for Chelsea. Chelsea cannot be pulling off a deal like this because we whenever it comes on to players who are versatile like this, we never pull it off. We always go for second fiddle players.
Hmm. Okay, we'll see what happens. I'd argue against you for that one. I still think we'd pull it off. I think it's just a difficult
You always
negotiation.
say this and it never ends well. I hope you're
Uh,
right this time.
no, no, no. If when I looked at that for Fofana, I came to the conclusion that he will eventually join Barcelona. Not Rafinha, but what I wanted the club to do is to make sure if they're going to get him, they pay more. But the situation is becoming clearer to us. Actually, there's more. The third ball is sitting around the table with Juan Laporta and eating, a meal. But we'll see what happens. So we'll get a clear picture of that as the transfer window progresses. Coming to you, Gopo, your thoughts on the situation and what do you think will happen? Do you still think do you think we'll still pull that one off? And by the way, how are you doing? Please pardon my bad manners.
I'm good. No problem. I'm good. I hope everybody else is well. I mean,
Yes, thank you.
just to summarize our transfer window, it has been a mess. I mean, I've got nothing else to say. I mean, am I surprised that Brighton is doing this to us right now? No, because we have actually been stepped on by many clubs specifically Barcelona this window, and all the clubs in the world know that. Now we are in a difficult position, so they're just using that as leverage and trying to get the best out of what they want. So
Mm-hmm.
again, am I surprised that Brighton is doing this to us? I wouldn't be surprised even if they are 70 million at this point right now. We have reached a stage where like the season is beginning in 3 or 4 days. Apart from Sterling and Koulibaly, we have not done much. We need huge reinforcements in key areas of our team, and we have done nothing. So now we're going to just start, what do you say, panic buying, I guess. Start over paying for players like Cucurella and Fofana probably. So I mean, it's just an absolute mess. I mean, I have nothing else to say. I mean, and like Ty has just said that I don't want this saga to continue because I've had enough with the Rafinha and Kunde saga, which nearly went on for a month together, combined everything. And we give them maximum 3 or 4 days. If they don't come up with an answer, just leave. Go to some other player that is available. Try to fill in your squad. Now is not the time to drag this on for another week or the second week, and let's not be
Mm-hmm.
stubborn. What I'm saying is let's try to be flexible as such. Go for other players as well who are willing to come. Just do something. This is not acceptable, to be fair. I mean, at this point we'll be reaching nowhere. That's my honest opinion, and I'm really disappointed actually, because as a Chelsea fan, this window it has been absolutely poor. I mean, it has been very damaging as well to all of us. I'm sure we all are
It's
disappointed because
been
of,
mentally,
yeah,
it's been mentally draining to say the least. And
mentally, yeah,
again,
yeah, definitely.
oh
Especially
my
the
goodness.
Rafinha and Kunde saga that went for nearly 4 weeks altogether was just absolutely what do you say, brain draining, to be fair. I
Yeah,
cannot afford another player to have another saga like this. It's just not possible. I can't deal with
yep.
this.
Yeah, let me catch up with the chat again. Thank you, Gopal, for that. Your contribution there. I sincerely do appreciate that. I want to say thank you for 52 likes already. We're on fire. Maybe this is the day we'll break that 300 likes record. We got it to 200 plus yesterday, and the most has been 280 plus. If you haven't, please do take a second to like the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Let me catch up with the chat, and I'll come to the panic bus driver to see maybe if he still has room to take on more passengers. And I think he'd be licking his lips as he see a few in the chat already. I am an Arsenal fan, but I am enjoying the transfer drama with all the clubs. It's much more entertaining than Love Island to me. No hate in my blood. No, I sense that. I sense that. Again, I'm just asking, given given the inclusion of specific words in your sentences. But that's, by the way, you're welcome here, and let me know if you'd be able to represent Arsenal on the panel, because we're launching a sister channel less than a week from today, and I'd really like you to be part of it. Here it says, Suarez says, Alonso as a backup a striker. I have no idea, man. We should really open up a yard sale for all our players. A yard sale indeed, because we're stuck with them, and that's how you sell, items, or stuff you have in your house when, it's becoming a hoard. When you're hoarding them, at one point you decide, okay, I'm just going to do away with them by, having a yard sale. Again, it says Brighton is taking an advantage of Chelsea's situation. Exactly, that's the point. We're desperate. There's no hiding place for us, and the situation is there for everybody to see. It's one of the worst kept secrets. They know we lost Antonio Rudiger, Andreas Christensen. They're probably well aware that Marcus Alonso and Cesare Casadei both want to leave. So yeah, good argument there. And Brighton tied Chelsea in January. Okay, what the panic was drivers here. Hop on if that's what you're here for. It's Carney. It says the Premier League needs a more stronger team than just a City and Liverpool. The gap between them and the rest is just too big right now. The issue isn't really that all the teams cannot catch up because they don't have the resources. They have the resources. The issue, for instance, in the case of Manchester United, there has been mismanagement or just spending recklessly without buying the players that will solve the problem that they have in the team. Same as Arsenal, but it looks like that have changed right now. But it remains to be seen how well they will do in the coming season. Let me see what else here to read. Let's see, Scotland. This is just saying hi. Okay, talking to Phantom. Anything else here to address? If not, I'll move on. They are very disrespectful for demanding Colwell. They demand a player from City. City's case is different. Probably that was why they refused to sell. There's a reason why they refused to sell to City. They had a price in mind. We don't know the exact amount, but yeah, City has walked away, and it is us now. And when you're dealing with a different buyer, it's a different situation altogether. It's not like a product you have on a shelf, that has a permanent price tag on it. No, this one, negotiations are involved. A new club comes, you see there's something you can get from the club, you change the way you negotiate. It's as simple as that. And probably the mistake might have been us. Maybe we were the first to say, okay, if you can give us Cucurella, we can give you a Levi Colwell, and they go back to their own drum beat and say, wait, oh yeah, we can get him. Let's try and ask them to give us Colwell on a permanent, not on loan, like we're here and we're offered to them. So everything, it's about negotiating, you trying to get what's best for you and all that. City moved on a quick to a new left wing back. I think we'll still get that deal over the line, if you ask me. Julian Opera, again, I've read that. And Phantom here says CFC. I stayed in. Okay, you're having a conversation, but please, if you haven't, go check out Phantom's YouTube channel. Subscribe and do let him know I sent you. Phantom, you can share the link in the channel. And any of my friends who are here and you own a channel, as long as you're my friend here, and as long as you're a friend of the channel, you can go ahead, share the link to your channel. It doesn't hurt for us to grow. It wouldn't hurt for us to grow together. I like the tweet for Pies. I shared the same thoughts. What did he say? Let me know. I want to see it. If you can share it with me on Twitter, please, that would be nice. Messi come to that would never happen. They demanded a 50 million. We're giving them the 50 million, focusing on us to sell Levi Colwell, not on loan. They should respect Chelsea as would as world champions. It's not about respect. Everybody wants what's best for them. So forget about respect and throw that out of the window this time, and look for what's best for you. It's so funny. We forgot we have new owners, and that's why things are taking long, because we don't have everything in place. Plus, how many times am I going to say this? I'm getting tired of saying it. We were under restrictions. When other clubs were busy, making plans, talking to players, our priority then was to make sure we stay afloat. We don't go down. The club, if things went, the wrong direction when the sanctions were in place, restrictions were in place, we'd be talking about Chelsea being in second or third tier right now, or even not exist anymore. So, but unfortunately, we've forgotten that so quickly, and our focus is to blame the new owners and all of that. But that's, by the way, again, let me see. Fulham talk on sister channel for sure, for sure. And if Brighton are taking the P, just get Sosa or Kostic again, or maybe Brighton for a reason is our main priority there. But we'll see Omar Hutchinson, Chukwuemeka, Salonina, hopefully Colwell, and the rest of our cup of talent, and possibly Hendrick. Our football manager is going to be too easy this year. Yep, I agree. Good morning to you, MC Rasdi. Again, says, I hope the club in the future remember these clubs that mess us about when they come looking for loans. Again, yeah, they forgot that. You have to have a good relationship with Chelsea, and we have a very good academy that produces young talent that they probably would want in their team, either on loan or somehow, I don't know. But we'll see what happens. Again, thank you very much for that. That's a delicious comment, actually, because it makes sense. It covers the future. Felix says, nice to see you. Chelsea should move on from Cucurella as soon as possible because we don't have more time. But I have to be honest here. We're not sure what's going on behind the scenes because just remember the case of Kunde. When we heard really that we practically signed him, we were the ones that moved away because we were skeptical for some reason. I'm not sure what that was. How about Kilpin? I hope you're preparing for the sister channel launches in less than 2 weeks. I want you to be part of it. Hello, coach. I was hoping on the Aston Villa key coming to Milan, but there's not competition financially between Serie A and the Premier League. We got this one. You can keep Leao because it doesn't look like you guys want to sell him. Memphis on loan from Barca would help us. If Tuchel wants him. Pies mentioned how Kostic and Sosa are both available for far less while still being a quality. I believe you had it on screen. Yeah, I don't want to click it again because I don't want to start having issues like I did before. So now I'm going to go to the panic bus driver. Again, if you're in the chat, if you want to hop on the bus of panic, those that panic about the transfer window, Rodrigo is here, and I believe he still needs a conductor. Rodrigo, bro, welcome to the panel again. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm good. I'm still trying to recruit the big fish, the man himself, coach. I'm still trying to recruit you.
You can't. You can't because I see things from a different lens. Especially that's a designed lens for me. I'm able to tell whether it will be okay or not. But I'm going to keep saying it. By the time the transfer window is shut, I think we'll have a good window. I'm so confident. My only problem is that maybe we're not going to get some of those players in on time. And again, we're going to panic buy. Panic buy in the sense of how much we're going to be paying for the players, not whether or not we'll be getting in the right profile of players. But you go ahead, brother.
Yeah, we will have a quality window if you can please stop photoshopping these players in a Chelsea top.
So it is my fault.
Yes. I told you yesterday. I literally said Cucurella was sitting with Todd Boehly. He's about to sign. Oh, now he's gone away because of your Photoshop.
Because I photoshopped him into a Chelsea shirt.
Yeah, but I think
I'll break the jinx this time with the Cucurella case. By the end of the day, we'll be hearing some positive news because we really want him.
Please don't Photoshop Frenkie De Jong.
I already did, so forget about him. Rodrigo, please go ahead. Tell us what you think. Well, tell us what you think about the situation. Do you still think we can still, get the deal over the line?
Yeah.
As for me, I think we'll still get it over the line. Go ahead.
Yeah, in all seriousness, I think it makes sense why Brighton. Come on, was 4 days left before the season starts? So obviously Brighton need a replacement, and maybe we went by this deal with too publicly as well, because it doesn't work well for Brighton as well as Chelsea, because everyone knows Brighton just got 50 million for Cucurella. So any target that Brighton will go for, they might have to overpay for their own target. So I don't know why. I think the PR team around Todd Boehly has gone a bit too trigger happy, releasing certain information that they should keep quiet. But we should keep quiet about these deals. The same way we've done for this kid from Aston Villa. Because I feel like what the issue is that Brighton are looking, they're searching for that replacement. So they probably inquire about Colwill. They've inquired about the guy from Leipzig, Angelino. So they want to find someone. So when they sell Cucurella, they have someone in place to take his spot.
And there's nothing wrong in that.
No. That's normal business. We're doing the same. We don't want to release Malang Sarr and Emerson to Monaco and what's the other team, and Lazio respectively, because obviously we're working on deals. Once we succeed, we can release those players. Same as Brighton, but it's definitely worth it. He's a good player. It doesn't give me the same. You know, when I was with Kunde, I was like, oh, is he the next Cafu? Is he this and that? No, but with Cucurella, yes, we should get him. And I'll be controversial, and I'll say, listen, if he means Liverpool goes, then he goes.
Yeah,
that's not controversial.
That's because it doesn't. Doesn't trust him.
Is it not? Yeah, because some people.
Nah. It's not controversial.
The best thing to
nothing controversial there. If Tuchel doesn't want him, it's as simple as let him join them, even on the permanent, and get the player you want. It's as simple as that. Because if he doesn't, go ahead. Can I just quickly catch up the chat so it's not too long? And I'm seeing the guy that says he himself swallows whatever he says he swallows there, setting the trap again today. But I learned my lesson yesterday. Okay. Here, Phantom says, I took a 7 to 1 bet. Okay, I'm not sure what you're trying to talk about there. 50 million would get us Dumfries and Kostic. Again, says CFC Cal says, didn't think Brighton were the kind of club to play games. Again, 50 million from City, but want more money from us, plus Colwell, not in Brighton. I think what I'm hearing is that it's not going to be, if we're going to give them Colwell, then we're going to get them even cheaper. It's not going to be a Colwell plus that amount being mentioned there. But that's, by the way, MC Rakuchila. I tried get info. Like, no worry about it. Those things happen. We're all, I think it sounded like something that was too good to be true, and it ended up being the same. I think, believe me, I've been there from some a fake account pretending to be Fabrizio Romano, peddling something about a particular deal being done. I can't remember which exactly. Chelsea act smart and move on from Cucurella. I don't think we'll move on from that one. I think we'll get it across the line. But probably it's not easy. We're still talking with the club. And again, we'll see what happens. What's come to us, we have Levi Colwell, and we'll let him go. It's as simple as that. We have to give Broja a chance. Broja has the chance now. The question is, will he take it? And I hope if he does take it, again, I hope he takes it, because he's a player I like so much for obvious reasons. Ghana Charleston says, please, with all due respect, how can I join you guys? Please send me a message via Twitter. I will ID you, and then you'll be able to join us. It's as simple as that. I'm tired of all this whole transfer stuff. Take a break. Stop watching YouTube videos. Again, rest. If it is stressing you that much, you really do need to take a break from all these things. Again, it's a Lukaku panic all over again. It's going to be Lukaku's type of panic. I don't think Todd Bowley and Thomas Tuchel will make that mistake, because they're working hand in hand right now. Like I said before, are we going to panic buy? Yes, from a financial perspective, but we will get in the profile players the manager wants. We're not going to overpay. Good morning, Kachila in the panel. Chama Yosef, Mwande, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thank you for finding the time to join us here. What is cracking for him up? I think it has to do with the panic bus driver, but I know that myself. Says, was fake news. Yeah, those things do happen, brother, so don't worry about it. Again, good morning to everyone in the chat. Again, Chama Yosef, thank you. And for the mods, you see the guy saying that he's, he wallets something. Again, don't worry about him. He adds to the views. Yeah, I'm not going to highlight it. Again, I've learned my lesson, but I didn't read it through, because when I got to the last word, I hesitated a bit and say, what? Yeah, but again, the cloud killed me by saying you read it very slowly too. But that's, by the way, Phantom, I do hope he fails miserably. Who is he talking about? Who are you talking about? Kilpin, please do let me know. Again, yeah, you saw that as I saw it. Herb, no, we need a Lukaku to do well so we can sell him. That's the truth. If he fails, it's going to be an even bigger L. Blue Morning, this is CFC Fahim saying hello to Chama. Chama says, I am on a morning shift. We'll be listening to you guys at least for an hour. Thank you very much, Chama, for always finding the time to support the channel whenever you can. I appreciate that. Again, 150 million plus Colwell, no chance. What? Where are you getting that one from? I'm not sure. Again, I'm not going to scroll to the very bottom. Again, I cannot read everything. The chat is on fire. And again, thank you for that. But I'll try to get whatever I can, or maybe highlight some and read them later. Again, we have 126 people watching and 70 likes. Again, if you haven't, please do take a second to like the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So, IBZ, your thoughts. I know if you differ this time, I'd ask you for your idea. But greetings, brother. I hope you're doing well. Let us know what you think and whether you still think we can get that deal over the line.
Man, I'm saying this is it's hard, isn't it? Everything's frustrating. I just started coming off a rant. I said, listen, at this point, whilst you stay motivated every day, I really can't be asked for transfer saga. I just want the season to start and man kick ball. At this point, for the incompetence of Todd Bowley not being able to get transfer dealings, just write off this window, yo. I don't care anymore. I really do not care. We're not the only team in the league, yo. There's other teams in the league that haven't got players that they want. Southampton, Leicester, whatever. I don't care. I don't have to be Man City. Let me work with what I have, and I'm going into the new season. Forget Cucurella, forget Colwell, forget De Jong, forget Mars, forget Jupiter, forget God, forget everyone that's coming. I don't care. Just 30 man, 23 man, let's go into it. Because it's just annoying. It's really, really despising me. Like, how are we gone through a deal and now we've now hit a brick wall in Cucurella? How is that hit a brick wall? So it goes to show me that the board has probably been inexperienced in how to handle this deal privately and not make it a public issue, so everyone's ears and opinions are on the deal. So it puts pressure on them to kind of seal the deal, and it gives Brighton the leverage to up the deal because they know that the competition is high. They might want to be using that to bargain for another team to come in and match their bid. So it's just a bit all over the place. And I really ain't got time for it. I really cannot be asked. Well, on Wednesday, the 3rd of August, season starts on Friday, the 5th of August. I got a match on Saturday, the 6th. So I really haven't got time for all of this. I need to know the squad ready right here, on the pitch, training, ready to go. I'm already looking at team news, mate. Calvert-Lewin's out. He's looking like he's going to go for some checks at Finch Farm. So he probably ain't starting. So that's looking positive. How can we integrate the squad that's ready to be fit, who's ready to play? That's all my concern is at the moment. Because I'm telling you, I don't know if you're tired, but I'm bloody tired, mate. We're in August, bro. I've been doing this since June, bro. We ain't got nothing over the line. And I'm not saying, oh, yeah, they just come in. Yeah, that's fine. But, bro, just take your L. You're not good enough in this window. Go get people that can do this window for you properly and come back in January. It's not that deep. We will never get relegated. So let's not worry. What's the worst that's going to happen to us if we don't sign these players? What's the absolute worst that's going to happen to us? We ain't getting relegated. Don't worry about that. But we're just not going to be able to compete with the top big boys. And that's fine because we ain't got the right people in place. So we can't force a situation if it's not there. I'm hearing De Jong. De Jong, we are confident that we're going to get De Jong. A team that's yet to pay his financial deferred wages. How are we confident that we're going to secure this guy's services ahead of Manchester United, who have been pursuing this guy for 3 months? I don't understand what direction we're going to take from it. At the same time, we're going to sign Cucurella as well. So it just seems like a big mess. And if it's up to me, I'm done. I'll conclude my transfer business now. Thank God for Sterling and Koulibaly.
Here's seriously where you're gonna get disappointed, IBZ. You know I love you, bro. You're gonna get disappointed because Chelsea ain't gonna they're not gonna walk away from this one.
They're not gonna walk away, and it's the inexperience of them. This all window is just breeding inexperience. It's breeding
you could say the lack of again, I wouldn't say would be. We've actually done well given who the people are at the helm of things right now. They're inexperienced. They don't
but
understand the politics of the transfer window, because the truth remains the transfer window. It isn't just about negotiations.
It's about
politics
identifying targets. It's about, with your relationship with different directors. It's your relationship with their players.
Those things to go along with too.
How good have you done business? How good have we done business in before? Leicester conceived with Chelsea. Oh, you know what? We've done business before. With Chilwell and what have you, and Kante and Drinkwater. So you know what? We can discuss and we can come to an amicable understanding, and that could help both parties. Why ain't that in an agenda? Are you telling me they don't have conversations like this? Albeit Barcelona. Oh, we have players you want, and we have players we want. Are you telling me you cannot sit down and come to an amicable understanding? Now you're in transfer bidding war. You've lost out on 3 targets, 4 targets. How many targets? I'm tired, coach.
Again, I understand your argument. I'm going to quickly catch up with the chat, and I'd like us to go in straight into other topic we have to talk about here. I don't want the chat to grow too fast because they are on fire today.
Yeah.
Already, all we need is just 27 more likes to get to 100 likes. And listen.
Don't be surprised if it's just this window. Don't be surprised if it's just Koulibaly and Sterling. And just one
I don't
more,
think so.
There's too much.
We sent Salina.
Not to find one player.
We sent Salina.
I don't think so. We've already signed but he's stuck in times of those who's walked into the that is the first time. Even at that, we have 3 players now. Chukwuemeka also counts, but we'll get to that.
Not those. I'm not talking about those guys, but I'm talking about guys that are coming in to replace the positions or fit in the positions we need, which are clearly lacking.
Understood. Again, guys, 128 people watching, 77 likes, 23 more to get to 100. Please keep liking the video. Let me catch up here. Iswara says, I do whatever it takes for Cucurella. He's that good. Again, apart from being good, I've always talked about us being strategic with the players we're bringing in. If we bring in too many players, if we're not strategic about it, it would take a few years for us, to be up and running properly. But if we're strategic about it, he's in the Premier League already. This is not me talking about Premier League proven. I think already he's adapted to the physicality of the game, the pace and everything. So his adaptation time will be lesser than usual. And the manager probably have studied him and thinks, okay, this player fits he will fit into the way we like to approach the game. So that will lessen the adaptation time and everything. Ty, were you saying something?
I was saying you're being trolled.
Oh, in the chat or where?
Yeah, in the chat. The same
I'm
person.
Seeing it. The guy changed it to mathematics. Maybe I have to block him right now.
No, I already blocked him because if you put the words together, it's something inappropriate.
Okay. Liam Lane, you can show me yourself again. That's just saying hi to her. 50 million for Dumfries is the easiest no of my life. Would rather give my postman a go. Again, I understand that, but it depends on what the club wants. Maybe a sell Caldwell with a buyback clause. Again, like we said before, if you started the show with us, the whole holdup may be that Chelsea wants to add a buyback clause because Chelsea probably was, the club, maybe our mistake was to offer Chilwell with the initial offer, and they sensed it, okay, we can actually get him, but would want to get him without a buyback clause. They want him to be theirs and theirs, no any buyback clause or anything. So, but that's, by the way, we'll see what happens as, again, I'll keep an eye on the story as it develops. If I see anything, I will let you guys know. To be honest, Cucurella was Brighton's best player, and his quality, they have to make the most out of the transfer. It's pure business, and we'd do the same if it was, this is a delicious comment right there. It's business. Forget about the respect we're asking and all those things. Another nonsense report from Calcio Mercato saying that Chelsea are looking at Inter Milan midfielder Nicola Barilla. I like Barilla, but I don't think we're really looking at him. We're looking at a younger player for a reason we'll talk about in a bit, who also plays for Inter. How is the young transfer going? We will get to that in a bit. But let's see what we have here. Again, oh my gosh, the chat is on fire, so I can't get everything. I will try the best I can. I'm going to come back to the panel. I will start with you, Ty. it seems it's looking like we're going up for young players. Chukwuemeka, an example, and the Inter Milan midfielder, and also the one from the youngster from Brazil. Is it Endrick?
Yeah.
And again, but in the case of Chukwuemeka and the Inter Milan player we're looking at, it looks like we're trying to get them, and them being part of the part of the first team to make, because we have all the players in the midfield, maybe to make a transition seamless. And it looks like we're building up for the future. I think we're looking to dominate for a while once the team clicks, and to me it makes sense. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah. For me, I think the approach that I'm seeing right now is a young one. It reminds me of what Real Madrid are trying to do. They have the experienced ones like Modric, Casemiro, and Cruz, but they also signed Tchouaméni and Camavinga. So in that sense, they're building for the future, and that's what I think we're trying to do. We're building for the future because these midfielders, obviously, I don't want to butcher the guy's name, so I'm not going to try and say it. You know, for him, he's already played for Aston Villa, so in a sense, he has had some experience. He's scored for them as well. I think he scored last season. I think he probably scored like 4 goals for them when he played, and even played against us, and he gave them some other players a hard time as well. So it's a player that I think, I don't know, maybe Tuchel is copying Klopp and also copying Real Madrid. You know, these players that do well against you just go and say, okay, let's look at this player. Cucurella gave our players a hard time as well. I mean, he made that cross that made us drop points, you know, when he made that cross to Welbeck. So maybe he's copying players and saying that, okay, we'll just sign players that actually do good against us. But I mean, for me, I think in terms of the midfield, I think we're looking to build for the future. And I probably bringing in De Jong, who I think is 25, 26, something along those lines. So building for the future, because Kovacic is now 28, and obviously Jorginho and Kante have 1 year left on their contract and could quite easily leave on a free next summer. So I think we're probably building for the future, and you know, trying to probably use something similar to the Real Madrid method, where they start to rebuild, start to look at younger players and then start to build from there. But it's good, and it just shows that we're actually doing things, because no one knew about this deal. It was always Barcelona is in the lead. Barcelona are leading the race. Barcelona, things like that. And out of nowhere, we just take the player. It just came out of nowhere. Chelsea announced that, you know, they've agreed a fee. Aston Villa say the same. And, you know, it's medical and he's going to be signing. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with him. But I think just trying to use that method of building for the future and, you know, starting the process from now, which is what I wanted to see. And it's good. It's a good start. And, you know, we're doing business. It's great meal and it's wonderful food.
It's looking like it was a great meal, but we'll find out. Just quickly, this is the only comment I'm going to take regarding the Cucurella talk, except if we see any new development. Prince Moha says, Kachila yesterday I talked about also missing out on Cucurella. Now Brighton has started a bidding war between CFC and Man City. No, I don't think so. City back in for him. Anybody on the panel? Man City backing up for him?
Oh, no.
Yeah, so no, again, I don't think it's a bidding war yet, but that's, by the way, let me see. It says people don't stress too much. People don't stress too much about transfers. In the end, it's a game, and some will lose, some will win. Don't waste your health on any player or club. Don't stress too much. Yeah, it's easy to say, but I don't think it's easy to do. I hope we are working on a right winger and a forward. We need some goals up front. We relied on defenders to bail us out last season. Big up to you too, Just Viola. I hope you're doing well. Again, says, let me see. Hey everyone. Okay, just saying hello to everyone in the chat. And Felix says, bro, we are worried because we always won Champions League football. Come on, Chelsea. It will be class. Again, let's see what happens by the time the transfer window shuts. You never give up in life. You keep trying until the very end. And that's the way to follow it. Liam Lane just saying hi to Just Viola here. Coachella, we got the patience. Don't worry, guys. We have these players, but by the end of the window, I hope so. I hope they come in sooner than later. the time at which they will come in is what I'm concerned. If they can come in 2-3 games into the season, then we could still do, do very well, if I'm allowed to phrase it that way. Again, we can't let Ampadu leave if we cannot sign a CB. It's as simple as that. But it comes down, it looks like he's already on his way out. And why? I don't know. I think he looks good even in preseason. Maybe he's lacking something that Tuchel would want him to have as one of his that is in his locker room. But we'll see. We're not getting Cucurella. Trust me, there's something fishy happening in our transfers. To be honest, I should look for a transfer director. That's Prince Mohas. We'll see what happens. Again, Beats says we're linked with all footballers. We have gotten how many? Yeah, again, the links all go back to the players we've been linked with. They do that is linked back those to Twitter journalists or even journalists out there just seeking clicks and all that, and it works for them. So again, going back to work now. Okay, you two have a good day, brother. Nice to see you here. It says smash the like button. The Queen of the House, please keep smashing the like button. We need just 14 more likes to get to 100. And we'll be getting closer to our target today. Thank you for doing that, Ty. Again, if you haven't, go check out Ty Talk CFC. Be sure to subscribe. And if he has time, I know, Ty, whenever you can, if you want to share the link to your channel. Why is Cucurella still delaying despite the fact that we have made a bid and we agreed to pay the asking price?
Because we haven't got the minerals to secure these deals. Why is no one listening? We ain't got minerals.
What minerals do you need to simply?
When you say, can you explain to us what you mean by with the minerals we don't have?
Let me give you an example. Manchester City went in for Cucurella. They couldn't come for a valuation. When that valuation wasn't met, they identified another target, Moreno, Tiki. They've got onto it. He's imminent. We are still with their target that they have refused to purchase. We are still at it. I do not understand how you feel that we are okay, best in place to go through with targets that we have shortlisted since the beginning of the summer if we are 4 days prior. Why are we not waking up and smelling what's brewing? It's really frustrated that we're so in this cuckoo land that we're just going to be able to, this guy's coming. We haven't got the personnel to get this done, unfortunately. Unfortunately, guys.
Let him drop.
Torboli and Clearlake cannot get deals done simple. They got peas, they got money, but they ain't got negotiation skills. They ain't got football experience to get these deals done. So we're going to get a few or none of these targets, bro. So when you look at other teams and your other rivals within the position you're trying to fight for, and you see how they're getting their deals done, you begin to wonder, why are we missing out? How are we missing out? How can we possibly have missed out on these targets? Is it just a matter of Thomas Tuchel doesn't like all the players that have gone to the rivals? Or is it a case that we really don't have the significant expertise to get these deals over the line? Let's just be real with it. And let's just say, oh yeah, hopefully we can get this over. We can't, bro. Torboli ain't got those. He can't be in 5 places at once to get deals done. He can't do a multiple transfer. We've only done 2. Yeah, in comparison to the rest of our rivals, we've only done 2, and we can't. Why can't we do multiple transfers on one day? Unveil 4 in one day. We can't.
Can I ask you something quickly? I get your point. Are you even considering circumstances that we were under a month ago or so?
Oh well,
those things count.
Yes, yeah, and this is why I just had an argument with my cousin with this. I just had a good 5-minute debate with him about this. I said, I'm sorry, bro. Me, you, the panelists, we're not billionaires, bro. But before we apply for a job or before we get to that job, we have to be prepared for the first day, right? So I'm sure these billionaires earning stupid money were given the details of the club before you were pitching the nice ideas of what your manifesto is going to be. So I'm so sorry if I don't have the understanding of how these big box billionaires are not prepared for the season or prepared for the team based on what the government sanctions will place. That was sorted. So when you got the shortlist of the players' contract details, transfer target, you should have been in place. Billionaire in place. Yo, how am I going to put the best people in place so I can make sure this shit is continuing steady? You didn't do that, bro. You came and did Oga. And you removed the people that were in place, putting the things in place. So we are here now. We are here now. So you don't have the person to help you run around and get the target sheet. You're going to do that on your ones. Your Clearlake consortium who have no football experience, or they'll Google it from Football Manager 2022. They're gonna run around and get your transfer dealings done. So
it's a quick question for you. How about if in a few days we're able to get in De Jong, getting Cucurella and other players, and even Dumfries, would you still be saying the same thing that they haven't done well? Let's be a bit objective here.
It's still the same thing. Let's call a spade a spade. It's still the same thing. You got it, but albeit it's a bit. You got it in well done, but you don't have the expertise to get it done properly. My rivals will not. I'm sorry if I want to compare myself to those that are leading the game right now, I will not wait till lastminute.com to get my signings. Tottenham have not done that. Arsenal have not done that. United, hey, they're still twerking, but they haven't done that. City and Liverpool have not done that. So if I am not on that level, then I cannot. Okay, cool. Exactly. I don't. Pardon. But they have a left back. It's imminent. It's imminent. It's Sergio Gomez. Imminent. When that Cucurella deal was dead, they didn't waste time. They identified a new target. We identified a new target after one has failed. We identify a new target after one has failed. The pattern here is giving no experience. It's giving you don't know what you're doing, which is fine. It's fine not to have experience because you learn in it. Not everyone can be learning on it. It's just fine. So I accept where we are and let's accept it. But we're not getting for these guys, man. We're not going for these guys, man. These guys are hard. Can you really see Frenkie De Jong coming to Stamford Bridge? Can you really see that?
No.
Really? Can you see Marc Cucurella coming to Stamford Bridge before Friday?
Of course, Rodrigo, you have to say no.
I'm just saying, like, I don't want us to be on a false pretense and just be on cuckoo line based on what the pitch this guy has given. And I have to be real. I'm realist, bro. I'm too real for this thing. You cannot come and tell me you're going to do a transition. You can't do it. You ain't got the minerals, bro. So it's fine. So I give you another 6 months till January to get it sorted. So I'm happy with what I have here. And I'll move on to the season. Wherever I finish, wherever I know I won't get relegated. I know my club is not going to go into the Championship football. I know that. So what's the worst that's going to happen? 9th? 10th? No. I know it's not going to happen. But what I'll do understand, let me just free it. But let me work with what I have. Let me work with what I have on the pitch. If I know they're going, if I know they're staying, they're staying. If I know they're going, they're going. I can't do this bantering because we're going to get, it's going to turn into something very comical. Like, it will be laughable. It will be almost laughable. And I like, a part of me is saying that Todd Bowley goes through this really, really well. So he actually understands the reality of what he's facing. He's not going against the Denver Broncos and, I don't know, you're Premier League, mate. Premier League, mate. And it's world intercontinental football, man. You're coming against the European top 5 leagues, Bundesliga, Serie A, La Liga. You're going for their prized assets. You're gonna have to come correct, man. You're not working in one league. It's like 5-6 different leagues. You're trying to grab assets. Oh, don't piss me off, man.
All right, so, I'll get somebody's thoughts on that one, but we have to really move on from that topic because we have quite a lot lined up to talk. But I get your frustration. Again, says Dataraj Mahali says Bali got the green signal from June, and it's just about a month. You expect him to run things way smoother than ever for Chelsea. There are a lot of internal challenges to handle than we knew. Again, the only thing he's done that I want to blame him for is even if Marina and Petr Cech wanted to leave, I'd insist I'd find a way to convince them to stay at least until after this transfer window.
This transfer window, bro.
Yeah, so which was what we were told was going to happen before. But for some reason, things changed. I don't know why. But it has happened. But again, hear this.
Things.
Remember, I told you guys this. I think we'll have a good transfer window. But let me catch up with the chat. I'm doing my best, but the chat is really on fire. It's very difficult to catch up with them. 126 people watching and 97 likes. Please help us reach 300 likes today. We already have 122 votes that is participating in the poll. So if that can happen, we can also, have at least 100, at least 120 likes. Please take a second to like the video and also do subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Again, that's a delicious comment, by the way. I get your argument again, but we all see things from a different lenses. This guy doesn't like to spend. No, that's not the case. It's we've shown the willingness to spend. The case is the players we're looking for. We're looking to get. They're willing to come to us, and the selling clubs understand that we're desperate. So they've seen trying to exploit the opportunity to get even more money than they wanted before we indicate our interest. But that's, by the way, we don't have the facilities to work on multiple deals. Hence, why we're going for Edwards for Edwards, to ease off the pressure. That's the truth. But how soon do you think we're going for him to start work? Probably after the transfer window. But we'll see what happens. Again, I'm not well acquainted with that. If the problem is TT, then strip the transfer role from him. Let him focus on the pitch. It gets worse. Because, again, if you just strip him off that role you're talking about, and then you end up getting players he doesn't want, I don't think TT is the problem. TT just makes sure we get in the right profile of players, that we don't end up spending on the wrong players, and then we'll find it difficult to integrate them into the team. It's as simple as that. Again, says, cut some slack, brother. But yeah, the brother is frustrated. I understand. The reasons why this is, a frustration. He should have sacked Marina. He shouldn't. I think she wasn't sacked. Probably there was some measure of disagreement between Marina, Tutboli, and also Petr Cech, and they opted to leave, and he let them go. He let them go, took up the role. I don't think it made sense. Who cares why City pulls up, and United do? Again, you could argue that Todd doesn't know what players will suit at Chelsea. He doesn't know who's supposed to. Again, that's why Thomas Tuchel comes in. Why waste time on Cuckoo? Again, I don't know. I don't think Todd is the reason why we even tried to sign those players in the first place. So I'm going to scroll to the very bottom again. The chat is on fire. It's also to say, Cucurella, I haven't seen why. It seems Chelsea have not met Brighton's asking price of 50 million for Cucurella, according to Simons. That makes a bit sense. That makes even more sense. But we'll see what happens. Again,
Stones, man. Don't listen to Simon Stones. Simon Stones is nothing.
Okay, maybe that's the case, maybe not. Again, we'll see what happens. No need for this unnecessary panicking, people. Don't let Rodrigo not hear you say that. People care too much about being trolled by rival fans on social media. Maybe that's the case. Again, says Bally have been trying since the transfer window opens. I don't get why some Chelsea fans are blaming him. Let's just be patient.
Let me address the elephant, Coach. I'm not saying, that I'm angry. Let me just rephrase, I'm not pissed off about what's going on. What I'm angry about is the fact that our names have been linked to every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and nothing is certified.
But the links aren't really that is the truth. They don't mean we're looking at all those players.
It's rumor mill. It's a rumor mill. So we're feeding into this rumor mill. It's like going on the back pages of the gossip pages and see what gossip is there, and we pull it off for. We have to be realistic and say, the person we have, like one of your comments said, he ain't got the minerals to do multiple deals. Hence why he has to probably bring in somebody in. That alone shows that, what are we playing at? Is he going to do one deal a week for the rest of the window? One deal a week. We got 4 weeks left. So that's 4 new signings. Can you see that happening? Can you see him do 3 deals in a week? That'll be more realistic. Hopefully it can happen. But it's not going to happen.
Here's the thing. What IBZ, I'm not sure if I should say you're on the boss. You're not really on the boss.
Panicking. I'm not panicking. Hear what I'm saying? I'm not panicking. I'm accepting. But I don't want to be hearing, we're going for this when it's... Let's be realistic. We're saying we're going to get Lewandowski. We're saying we're going to get Rafinha and play him at right wing back. Aparo Jesu. See where he is now, banging in goals in preseason for Barcelona. So let's wake up and smell the confidence brewing. We ain't got it, bro. Maybe if Marino and that were here, or forget them man there, or if director of footballs were in place, probably, but we haven't got it. It's only one man, and he's consulting. One man. What is he gonna do? Is he Superman? He can't do it, bro. It's not easy. It's not easy. So let's accept it, and let's just accept that, we probably won't be fighting. And as if we're not fighting, we're going to be top 6. Like, I'm okay with that. But I don't want us to have a false understanding of, we're going to get this and that and this and that, and, this guy's going to fit well with this guy. And it's not happening, lad. It's not happening. Look how we stalling on Brighton's Cucurella deal. That's like the tipping point for me. Like, I said it wasn't going to happen last week, but it's just like a realization, like knocked my head. Like, how stupid and how slow can we be, man? How stupid and slow can we be? Which is fine. It's calm, innit? He ain't got the experience. It's calm. So whatever happens this season, I've accepted, innit? I'm not expecting big things.
Understood. And again, it's clear you're not on the panic bus. You just you're not expecting too much. And like you've also said, and like that aspect again, I agree with you. Please temper your expectations, some measure of patience again, because we're not going to be able to achieve too much next season. If it happens, I'll take it. After all, Thomas Tuchel has proven that he's a magician. Turner Brandy coming at me here. Says, I keep hearing you cry every time about Marina leaving and so on, but have you for once thought about what and why she had to leave? We only know of the statement that was
exactly. People are assuming that Todd Boy just let her leave because of over Lukaku. There's things that could have happened, and the media
I don't know why. I don't know why, but I believe
exactly. So people need to stop saying that. He's at Marina.
Okay, cool.
Stop assuming things and wait.
You two actually on the same. You both agree. It's just that I think not paying attention to what each other is saying. Here's the thing about what this Turner Brandy said here. Here's the thing about that. You ended your statement by saying, again, what's that aspect? For once, talked about what and why she had to leave. We only know of the statement that was presented, and nobody's crying about Marina leaving. It just doesn't make sense that you're coming in as a new owner. There's already a structure in place. And businesses, especially an entity, a business entity in that's as big as Chelsea Football Club, no matter how you want to see it, you don't risk dismantling the structure. Your utmost priority should be that is ensure that the transition is seamless. Even if you hate the personnel in place already, you'd be smart enough to know there's a lot to learn here. Be careful, don't rush it. Because if you push them out in a hurry, we're hearing that, for instance, if we really wanted Kunde, we're hearing that Marina is friends, that she's friends with Kunde's agent. She may well just told them,
that would have been the first deal.
The whole Chelsea, the new Chelsea hierarchy made everyone believe with their reports, with their dealers, that this Kunde deal was 90%. I remember when Setterman come on the panel and tell us not to worry, it's 99% done. It's imminent. I can't look guys say, guys, you know the Jones. Like you don't know what you're working with. You don't know what we have up top. Like let's be realistic, man. You know what?
Let me quickly cut off with the chat. I think we have to just move on to the topics we have to talk about here. Again, we were distracted. We were actually talking about the signing of Chukwuemeka before we got distracted, but it's understandably so because this is an interactive show. So every now and then we get we get distracted. But I'm trying to tell those in the chat, try as much as you can so that your contributions will be aligned to what we're talking about. Because I don't want to see it and skip it and say this doesn't align with the current topic. It wouldn't be nice. We're family here. We're here to learn from each other. But that's, by the way, again, so if you get my argument, I don't care what happened. To me, I wouldn't care how bad Marina was before I arrived. If I was Todd Bowley or Petr Cech, the most important thing is transition, and it takes time. A smooth transition from one ownership to the other. It's important. You're talking about an business entity as big as Chelsea Football Club, because no matter how you see it, first of all, it is a business. But that's, by the way, again, where is Fofana going to play? I don't know. We'll talk about that later. Again, on the right-hand side, most definitely. Todd Bowley made a mistake by letting the people who were meant to guide him and show him the transfer window what it looks like. He's very, very, very brave, and at the end of the day, he's trying his best. Again, I get it. Yeah, he's brave. He didn't become a billionaire by being dumb. He's a smart man. But sometimes to be successful, you just have to delegate. It's as simple as that. You can't do everything by yourself. Brighton don't want to sell. They want to sell. Forget all of those things we're hearing. I'm going to scroll to the very bottom. Apologies again if I scroll past, if I miss your comments. I'm going to come to you, Atai. I don't know. Have you spoken about Chukwuemeka?
No, I haven't.
Okay, go ahead and tell us what you think about that signing, especially Thomas Tuchel's comment regarding the player, because the truth remains, even before his comment, we're not going to be paying that much money for a player to come in, and then we'll send him out on loan, or maybe send him to the academy to train with them. Your thoughts, to the youth team.
Yeah, I mean that is the argument I keep using. You don't spend that much on a player just for him to go on loan or for him to go to PL2. So I mean, if what Fabrizio Romano himself is saying is true, then it's understandable, because I mean we need the experience as well. And apparently Billy Gilmore is going on loan, so we're going to need to find somewhere to fill that slot, because we could easily see that we were not prepared in the midfield in terms of injuries. And yes, people say that no one could expect that Kante and Kovacic would have gone injured at the same time. But I mean, people always say I'm negative, but I mean, I always think worst case scenario. You can never be too prepared. There's nothing called being too prepared. So, I mean,
I think the good thing is this: if you understand in life, that's a chance. You fail, that something doesn't happen. That's a chance it happens. I think you do better. You actually live longer. Because if the opposite happens, you already knew that before time you knew that could happen. But go ahead.
Yes, and that is what I was saying at the beginning of the window last year. I kept saying that we need to go for midfielders, or we need to have enough midfielders so that if Kovacic, I didn't say Kante, I said Jorginho, get injured at the same time, we need that, because in the Liverpool game, Kovacic went down, it was Kante and Jorginho that went down at the same time, nearly got injured, and we were left with only Kovacic, and we had to hope that they weren't injured, and then we went for Sonny after that. So the thing for me is that we need as much midfielders as possible. If he's going to be playing as a DM, I don't think so, but I think this kind of fuels the fact that we may switch the formation, which is why I think we're going for other personnel that makes us versatile in that sense. And considering the fact that he can play as a winger, that also gives an indication that which we're trying to find replacements. Obviously, should Werner leave, should Ziyech leave. So you use that, and you go the cheaper option. But also, it also means that we're building in that sense for the future, because Kovacic is 28 now, Kante, Jorginho in their 30s. So you need to build for the future, not wait until last minute. So I think in that sense, this kind of fuels the assumption for me that we're planning to switch something. It depends on when we do that. It depends on if we do that from the get-go. I don't think that's the case, but I think the plan is to eventually change up the formation.
Where do you think he fits in the most?
For me, I'm hearing that he's an attacking midfielder that can play as a winger. If that is the case, then I think that is one of the reasons why I'm saying that the formation could be switched, because when you play a 3-4-3, you can only have three attacking players on a pitch. So I think in that sense, it means that some plan is there, which is why maybe if what is being said about De Jong and targets like that are being thrown around, maybe then Tuchel has that thinking that if you can get in these personnel, you can switch to a back four. It's an assumption, but there's no way you can guarantee him game time. And apparently that's what he told him, because he met with him. He wasn't the head of the youth team or the head of the academy, structure and everything that met with him. It was Tuchel. So that means that has to do with the first team. So I think in that sense, it has to do with the fact that we could be switching the formation if we get the other personnel. I don't feel we switch the formation if we don't get the players that will be necessary to allow that to happen smoothly and seamlessly. So I think in that sense, I'm saying that the best position for him is as an attacking midfielder, or if we want to risk it and play as a winger if he stays, maybe then. But I don't think that the case is that we're going to be playing a back three if we don't get the personnel, then maybe we will. But I think probably a 4-2-3-1, something along those lines could be possible, because you can see that Tuchel wants to switch to a back four and be flexible, because that is what he's known for, being flexible with formations, switching it in game, switching it game after game, and letting it happen, and with great success. But he needs the players to do it. So if he doesn't get those players in, then I don't think that happens. But I think maybe the plan is to get these players in so that he can allow more attacking players, minimize the more defensive players that we're playing. We play 3 defensive players, and then you have a defensive-minded player, then you have another defensive-minded player, and then you have 3 attackers. So there's more defensive than offensive, and that is why we're not looking as strong as we can be, because we have so many defensive players on the pitch at the same time. But it depends on what happens, and it remains to be seen what happens in terms of the final few weeks of the window.
Yeah, thank you very much again. For the poll that asked, will Cucurella still join Chelsea? As usual, most people are confident. 79% says yes, and 21% says no. Again, thank you for 115 people watching. If you haven't, please do take a second to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. A bomb for Dinho, again, how are you, brother? He says the media should also be blamed because they publish stories if they are part of every transfer negotiation. Again, I don't know the structure or how. I don't know how the negotiations happen. Are the media personnel allowed to be part of it? I don't know. Let everyone stop crying over all spilled milk, because crying and moaning wouldn't change anything at this point. Stop feeding into the rumor mills, and then stop stressing, because we will get what we get. Again, that's just the truth. At the end of the day, what we say here wouldn't change anything, but the truth remains that these are, emotionally driven. We can't control it. And except if you don't really care about Chelsea Football Club, if you care, you find yourself, being concerned on why we missed out on a certain player, hating a certain player because you heard that player refused to join us and all things like that. So those things are emotionally driven. And when it is like that, when that's the case, it is something you cannot control. Most people, again, have the strong mind, to ride it through the transfer window, even if we don't bring in any player, and we'll still be all right. Maybe Rodrigo would just, he'll end up forgetting about me because he probably have seen there's no way, again, I've joined the panic box. But we'll see what happens. I'm going to catch up with the chat, and I'll come back again to see what's going on. Just give me a second. It looks like my screen is frozen again. But let me see how much I can take here from the chat. I've read that one. And Liam Lynn says the negative, the negativity just beats all out. I am looking forward to the end of the window. Yeah, this window, it's been a very stressful, mentally draining. And we will see what's been, what been said then. Let's see again. It says no. Todd Bowley wanted Marina and Czech to stay at least until the end of the window. So they opted to leave. I said that too. They opted to leave. But if you understood the implications, of both, individuals leaving, he should have, tried to find a way to get them to stay. And I believe even if we reached out like somebody like Roman, try, help me get these people to stay at least so that the things will run smoothly. It would have happened. I just realized apparently Chelsea offered more than 50 million, but Brighton don't want just straight cash and want Colwell included. We'll see. I think it will still happen. It's just probably a bit more, difficult. David Luiz says, okay, I strongly believe he's going to lose his job if Chelsea fail to meet up. Who are you talking? He's probably talking about Thomas Tuchel. Okay, but that, again, your argument there, we'll see. Just we are responding. Okay, and now this is a conversation between two people there. So I'm just going to move on. Again, IBZ, you've been told to chill, calm down, brother. He might not have asked her to leave. She might have left due to her loyalty to Buck. Besides, her loyalty wasn't to Buck. Her loyalty was to Roman Abramovich, first of all. Marina Granovskaya,
Buck was presenting Roman because he was restricted from the UK.
Yeah, but again, no matter how you see it, Marina's loyalty, I still argue for this reason. So then I'm going to explain right now. what is Roman Abramovich. She graduated from Russia State University, started working from Roman Abramovich immediately after her graduation. And when Roman bought Chelsea, it wasn't long. He brought her into, and she's been there ever since. And I don't think her loyalty was at Chelsea was to Bruce Berg. But I know that, again, I get the argument. I'm going to come back to the panel. Rodrigo, your thoughts on the signing of Chukwuemeka and Thomas Tuchel's statement. But you've heard us say we can't pay 20 million for a kid at that age and then bring him in and send him out on loan, or maybe even, send him to the youth team. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't watched this kid play. I didn't even know what position he played to start with. I've been told he plays as a right midfielder or left midfielder. I've got no idea. So if Tuchel saw so much talent in him and want to keep him in the first team, that's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I think, again, is he gonna get that much game time? Is he better than Gallagher? Is he? I don't know. Is he an attack? If he's like a deep line, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna pretend I know this kid. So if I've watched some compilation, they don't tell me anything. They don't show me anything. Even in the compilation, I can't get excited over this. Yeah, maybe you guys that have seen him play, the compilation I've seen on YouTube are not really. They're not showing me anything that I can gauge from the kid. Yeah.
I see under 23s loan for a season. That's what I see in this deal. I don't see any Thomas Tuchel bringing like Chukwuemeka. Like you played well against City. You could have scored the goal against City last season, unfortunately. Then after that, January, you went on loan to Newport. He went on loan to Newport.
Newport. He went on loan to where?
Newport in Wales. So like Villa didn't rate you high enough to keep you in the first team, even if it's a breakthrough prospect. Again, like that's what I'm saying. Like again, I think they'll say I'm shouting. But like, what's our okay? We're signing for the future. That's fine. Is it pressing? We let players go to bring in young. I don't get it. We're all over the gap. That's what I'm trying to say. Let people know. But for the sake of Chukwuemeka coming in, I don't believe it's going to be a marquee signing. I'll be surprised if it's in the first team. I think it's just another. You'll go out on loan, see your development, come back again next season like Omari Hutchinson that's just gone to Reading. I don't see any.
You think he goes out on loan?
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Yes, he's going on loan.
I don't think so. Did you see Thomas Tuchel's comment regarding this kid?
What did Thomas Tuchel say?
He says he offers something different. If something around, he offers something different. He will help us in the midfield area. I think we'll get to it. I think I have it highlighted somewhere. Gary. Plus, the selling point was that they had the meeting with his family was that he's going to be part of the first team because AC Milan promised him that.
It will be, but it's not.
Barcelona wanted him too.
It will be, but it's not going to play.
So this is actually a hijack. Actually,
see Chukwuemeka. Okay, wait, Coach. Let me just ask you. You see Chukwuemeka being the first team player this season?
I see that happening. He's that good. Maybe you haven't paid attention to him. He is again. Good. Yeah, the kid is good. Honestly, maybe you haven't paid attention to him. Here's the thing: this guy, you could argue. You could argue will offer us what Dembele could have offered us.
No way.
Honestly, in terms of his ability to take on players, he never shies away from taking out opposition players.
I'm working with you now. You're working with
Sorry?
Nigerian bias. This is Nigerian bias.
No. This is no. If it was about being biased, you've heard people talk about Osimhen. Yes, I'm Nigerian born. You have people talk about Ndidi, and you know how, frankly, I speak when I speak about those players. This is not about Chukwuemeka. After all, he will not represent Nigeria. I don't think so.
1v1 monster.
He represents England and he just won a youth tournament with them. I think he captained them. But I think there's other country where his father is from, not even an African country actually, that he can also represent. So it's not about him being of Nigerian descent or having a Nigerian mother. No, I don't operate like that. Go ahead, Rodrigo. You were saying something.
Yeah, I was saying Dembele is a 1v1 monster. So if you're telling me this kid can do skills and beat people on a wing,
Even if you watch his videos alone, did you see what he's capable of doing?
When I watch those highlights, the simple stuff, he gets the ball, pass it, because obviously he's playing in the first team, so maybe they haven't allowed him to express himself. Because when a youth kid come to the first team, the way they play, they keep it simple. They get the ball, they turn, they pass it. So that's the few things I've seen on a YouTube clip. So I can't
even from watching his clips alone, you should be able to tell this is the kind of player this guy is. He takes on 2-3 players. He doesn't shy away from taking on the opposition players.
All right, if you said so. But I feel like this was an opportunistic one. I feel like it was like he came off the market. Maybe John Terry, because John Terry worked at Aston Villa. John Terry probably called up Tuchel and said, "Listen, this kid is highly rated. Maybe Tuchel also heard of him." They're like, "All right, let's sign him."
His deal was closing as well next year, so he didn't renew with Aston Villa.
Yeah, so Willie Saka, let's get him on.
We still got ahead of youth development. Neil Bath, he's probably gone up there. So you know what, let's go sign him.
I'm not getting excited about it.
Nah, not at all.
This is coming. He's gonna make a difference in our first team.
Not at all.
Not at all.
All right, let me catch up on the chat. I see Bobby in the group saying, forget Cucurella. Bobby probably right now is everywhere. I know how emotional he can get given the outcome of this transfer, opposite of this transfer targets. Again, 111 likes. Thank you very much. And 140 people watching. Let's shoot for 300 likes, but it's only possible if you think we can. If De Jong arrives to Chelsea again, then Jorginho should be sold because both the players are same kind of. And again, De Jong will be an upgrade to Jorginho. He's quicker, more physical. Gets in the box, gets you goals. Again, more. Again,
that's what you guys think, yeah? All right.
Yeah, that's what me think, not you guys. We don't put everybody in that category. Does Chukwuemeka replace Robin? I'm not sure. I think it's different from Ian Robin. Again, let me see again what we say here. Didn't I tell you all not to worry? He played against us and played well. Okay. Not only that, I watch a lot of Aston Villa games. Whenever he comes on, I think the kid is good enough, honestly. It's not about where he's from or anything. And everybody in the chat know how I judge players. Carney is definitely saying he and Kante can actually, stop people running at them. Again, one thing I'm not sure yet is about his ability to break up plays. If we're going to use him, if we're getting him to understudy Kante, but we'll see what happens. Our midfield rotation would then be Kante, Jorginho, Kova, Gallagher, and Chukwuemeka. And Gilmore, and I'm not for Gallagher playing that deep. I've seen him play there even during preseason. I don't think. I think we're not able to, get hold of the play. Again, we lost the ball too much to my liking, but that doesn't mean he's not good. Dembele literally had 120 days of production. Okay, you're talking about. I would lie to me, please. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Carney isn't a winger. He's a midfielder. Dembele, no, but he can play. He can play on the flanks too. That was why I argued that. And they're similar in terms of the way they beat our opposition players. But that's by the way. I'm gonna get to the very bottom. Let's start talking about what we have lined up here, and I'm gonna go to it. Not that one there. Did I lose it? If I lose it, then I'm in serious trouble. Okay, let's get into them one by one. This one here is Chelsea one options for their midfield succession plan for N'Golo Kante and Jorginho. Again, that's the club's focus on youth. Several offers made for Inter won the kid Cesare Casadei, with more to come. Could similar to Carney Chukwuemeka near 20 million is the asking price for the Inter kid. So that just shows how this. I think we're planning for the future.
We don't go by striker. Maybe we don't go by striker. I was screaming that we should buy an 18-year-old striker in Benjamin Sesko. We just scored the friendly against Liverpool.
But we've had a meeting with him.
When do we have a meeting with him? I don't know.
Todd Bowley met with his agent. They had a meeting, so we're looking at him. Maybe it's one of those that we don't know before we know what's going on. He's in.
Way. If he signs Benjamin Sesko, he has won me over personally. Because that guy, I dreamt of that guy. No one knew we were going to sign him. And he goes and signs him. okay, don't worry, I forgive.
Yeah,
you.
I do think we will get Benjamin Sesko. I'm
I don't
hopeful.
think so.
I cannot say that confidently.
I think you're being very hopeful. You're not on no panic bus at all.
We ain't getting we ain't getting it. Coach, you said we're gonna get everyone.
No, not everyone.
Coach,
You're not paying attention.
If you want faith, believe in coach.
Yeah,
Trust me,
I know.
He will make you feel good.
Here's the thing, Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Have you seen me Photoshop him into a Chelsea shirt?
Oh, I see.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding you. Villa offered Chukwuemeka a contract, making him the highest paid youngster in England, and turned it down. And he turned it down because he knew before time Barca wanted him, AC Milan wanted him, and AC Milan also, guaranteed him, offering him the guarantee that he was going to be part of the first team. That's to show you how how good the kid is. Again, somebody compare him to Paul Pogba. I think he's more agile than Paul Pogba is. Paul Pogba is a bit too stiff for me. Chukwuemeka is a baller for real. The lad can do better than most of our current attackers. I hope so. Again, if Thomas Tuchel trusts him, again, I'd see him doing some wonders with the kid. I do not want a Bobby-style panic. Bobby can panic quite a lot. It's just emotions and how much he loves the club. It's as simple as that. Hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Say Sauce Viola. We still have 137 people watching, and we have 116 likes. If you haven't, please do take a second to like the video, and also do subscribe to the channel. Broya is far better than... okay, no name calling here. Please take the young from us. Want to get over here, but yeah, I get it. You guys really want him out, and if you're a Barca fan, please pay attention. We'll be launching the sister channel in less than 2 weeks, and I want everybody, that become a follower of Chelsea Perspective to be part of that project too. It will be awesome. Some unique stuff coming there. I am 100% okay with Chilwell and Alonso. But Alonso is bent on leaving, and I don't want to keep him if it's not, if he doesn't want to stay. Agreement between Chelsea and Lazio for Emerson Palmieri, a loan deal with the right of redemption for 9 million euros, which is around, is it 8 something in pounds? Talks are ongoing with the players and Torres to find an agreement on the salary. It may close in the next few days, which means we need a player in that position. Anybody on the panel want to talk about that? Which was why, if you look at this situation right now, it's clear Chelsea, you see that two things are possible. You see that Chelsea will not let Emerson go, or they will not walk away from the Cucurella deal. Rodrigo, what do you think?
So as soon as if we get Cucurella, yes, I can see this one going through. But I feel like Tuchel in preseason has been playing Emerson as a left centre back. So I think he's like our last.
I hate to see him there because once the ball is in the air, he's practically useless.
Yeah, but he's been playing there.
Yeah, but did you see what has happened? The only thing he does whenever the ball isn't on the carpet is to try to nudge the opposition player or try to discomfort them.
I was impressed with him in the preseason games when he plays. Again, we didn't really have people attacking us in the air like they will in the Premier League. So yeah, I understand that point. But he's been playing him there. He didn't play him as left wing back even once in preseason. So he probably sees him as an option at left centre back. So
maybe just because of his ball playing abilities, but in terms of his defensive abilities, zero for me. Honestly, I have to be honest with you.
I don't argue that. I'm just saying if we don't get anyone as a left centre back, don't be surprised if he stays here and plays in that role. That's just not. Yeah, that's what I feel. We went for Cucurella, we went for Kimpembe, didn't work out. We tried this Gvardiol kid from Leipzig, but it looks like Leipzig I don't want to sell. They rejected City's bid as well. So, and it looks like Malang Sarr, thank God he's leaving. He's probably going to Monaco. So I won't be surprised if he stays and plays that role.
You really do not like that guy one bit, but go ahead.
Oh, no. I don't know. He's like the Timo Werner of defenders. He's got. as a football player. I'm
going to come back to IBZ in a bit. Again, to you, you think it just again? I think if you look at the situation, I'd say if he's leaving, but the whole thing would depend on us getting Cucurella.
Exactly, that's it. That's it.
And again, you could argue that was why Thomas Tuchel blocked the departure of Timo Werner, because he isn't sure. He wasn't sure. He still isn't sure who we're gonna get in the attacking area. Maybe if he sees, I don't think he counts Chukwuemeka wouldn't suffice, because he's not an out and out. He's not a forward. You could say that. So I don't think that's the case. But that's, by the way, says Frankie Vive. Okay, and Mascus, I don't know what he's saying. Think of how much he will improve training with Kante, Silva, Aspi, Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Kovacic. He will definitely be playing a lot by a World Cup time. Who are you talking about? Can you let us know, Coach Chris? Somebody's speaking Spanish here and I can't read it. Sorry. A lot of people.
Speak Spanish.
Did you read that? Because I wouldn't want to highlight something where somebody's cursing at all of us here and I don't know.
No, it's fine. I speak. If you get
Okay. A lot of people are talking about the goal that Chukwuemeka scored to win the youth final. No one's saying anything about the brilliant cross Harvey Vale put in for him. Oh, so that begs the question now. What are the plans for Harvey Vale? I think he hasn't actually extended, and his contracts are coming. He doesn't have so much left on his contract. So this comment makes sense now. IBZ, are you well acquainted with the Harvey Vale situation?
No. What's going on with him?
We're hearing that he hasn't, extended and looking to extend his contract. And the truth is there are no shortage of clubs willing to take him from us. So they both played in the same team. Who was the captain? Was Chukwuemeka the captain or Harvey Vale?
Harvey Vale was captain.
Harvey Vale was captain. Okay. Did I see Chukwuemeka with the captain somebody? I'm not sure. But the question is, if we're paying 20 million because he's from another club, and Harvey Vale, and he was brilliant too. He was the captain. He led them. So it was the same competition. So sorry for mixing it up. The question is, if we pay 20 million for Chukwuemeka and he's going to come straight into the first team, what happens to Harvey Vale and how do you think he'd feel? I think that makes it even more difficult for him to agree to a new deal. IBC, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, you could go ahead, Rodrigo, while we wait for IBC. It looks like he's a bit busy.
Yeah, I like Harvey Vale. He's one of my favorite academy players, but they play different positions, right? If you're telling me Chukwuemeka is like a midfielder and so on, yeah, because Harvey Vale is more of a forward, so they probably play different positions. So he's not gonna block his. People love using this, blocking someone's path. So I don't see where the only problem is convincing him staying. That he's signing all these young players. I think he will renew. He will renew his deal. He's too young. He's 18 years old. He will renew with Chelsea. He will sign because I don't think he's even signed his proper first team contract yet. It's probably still on academy wages.
And you're sure no other clubs are not going to come snap him up? Because
They'll probably try. It depends on the. He's actually for a young player. He's actually been the one that's been around the squad the most. You can see Tuchel likes him. He always have him on. He always trains with the first team, or whenever there's little game time, he get 1 or 2, 3 minutes here and there. He gets. So I think I'm not concerned as much. I think he will.
I'm really concerned. He has just 1 year left on his contract.
Is he? Oh, okay. Hopefully they're doing something, because we can't just let him go like that. He has.
We can, the most we can get if he leaves us will be the that is the FIFA rule that requires some compensation, but it's nonsense. He wouldn't measure anything. I hope we'll keep him because he's a fine player, but I don't think he trusts Thomas Tuchel, because even when other youth players got the opportunity to play, he didn't that much.
Oh no, he did. Harvey Vale did. Harvey Vale is actually
no, but the other players did more than him.
You remember there was a time he actually played more than the average youth kid. If you look at last season, he's the one that actually played, because the other one that we had was Lewis Hall, but Harvey Vale actually played more. He even played a full game in the Carabao Cup in the court when we play Brentford. He has actually played, even came off the bench for one or two Premier League games, if I remember correctly, in pre-season as well. He's when in the first game when we played Udinese, people like Ruben didn't even play in that first game. So Harvey Vale played in the first game. He obviously came off the bench later on. So I think he trusts him. Even mentioned him in a press conference, saying he's one of those kids because he's so young. It's just good to have him around the training facility, because he doesn't think he's used to the intensity of first team men football, because the jump from the youth team football and the first team football is quite big when it comes to intensity. So that's why he's keeping him. And a player like that is easier to sell him the little game time. You can play 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there of Premier League games, compared to, say, Ampadu, who's been on so many loans. So you have to guarantee him game time rather than... Because the Harvey Vale is an easy sell. You can tell him, right, listen, we keep you around. You play few League Cup, domestic cup games. And in the Premier League, you can come off the bench for few minutes, or you gain your experience like that. So it will stay. I'm 70% sure Harvey Vale will extend his deal and stay with us.
Yeah, I hope it does. I really do hope it does. IBC, you're back with us? Okay, it still looks like he's busy. So it's just you and I. I am the panic boss. Boss driver, but I'm safe. I'm safe. He cannot convince me easily, to stop panicking. That's, by the way, again, thank you for that delicious comment there. It makes perfect sense. Malang Sarr is so, again, I wouldn't call him that. We're not into not calling him, but I get your argument, Coach Chris. I've argued why I think, again, people was just, I think he's the least of the most, of the players who played in the defensive positions when we had those issues. I think he's the easiest, to just throw those blames at. But that's, by the way. I don't want to start the fight with Rodrigo. He says Cucurella, again, he is talking. He's talking about Frenkie De Jong wants to leave in Barcelona, okay, and doesn't want to leave. Okay, here's the thing. We'll talk about Frenkie De Jong in a bit. It's a difficult one, but I think there are some way we can make some sense out of that situation. If you want to see it that way, Coach Chris says a young Carney, again, he is definitely one of the top young talents in England. Boy, he is 18 and got 16 EPL games with his contract running down, because they wanted to keep him too. But teams do that with such a talented player. Again, we did that with Tariq Lamptey when we saw he wanted to leave. Frank Lampard fielded him. Again, I think 1 or 2 Premier League games to try to get him to stay. But that's, by the way, again, my argument is that the selling point was that, okay, he gets to be a part of the first team, and that was why he accepted the deal, because AC Milan offered him the same thing. Big up to you, to Matthew Lee Benjamin. And Matthew Lee Benjamin said, like the damn video, people. Yes, just realize, you see, I'm a nice person. You had the typo, and I didn't shame you in public. But the next time I would do that. Again, Koulibaly press conference is love for those interested. Where can I find it? I think I'd like to, share it so that we can all watch it and maybe something positive. Koulibaly going live now with a press conference. Okay, maybe we'll look at it later. Pick up Matthew Lee Benjamin. Says youth players need to go out there and try and make a place. Most go out and become passengers. Yep, at least go for it. That way, if you don't play well, you can go out and learn. Again, there are no structures of bias for Chelsea Academy players. Even those we don't count as good enough. But that's, by the way, again, if you're watching, keep liking the video. We're at 128 likes right now. We can do better than that. Rodrigo, let's look at what we have next here to talk about. We've looked at this one here, agreement between Chelsea and Lazio. That's Emerson. Chelsea are speaking to Barcelona about the young and are optimistic about striking a deal. I never heard Chelsea talking to one club or the other and are concerned that it's a difficult situation. It's always optimistic. Then we'll hear something else. You go ahead.
This Frenkie De Jong. Let's talk about the deal itself before talking about the player. The deal itself is a tricky one. If everything
complicated,
we heard from the United media that Frenkie De Jong does want to leave, or either because he's owed about £17 million, or he's settled in Barcelona and so on and so forth. They've paid. United have a bid of 80 million euros. I don't know on the table, and Barcelona apparently they're happy with that. I think for that amount, are we gonna pay the same amount?
Because first of all, we have to measure that amount.
We have to meet that amount, and then the next thing is we need to convince the player to come to us, because apparently his heart is set on staying at Barcelona. So we're talking about the player himself, Frenkie De Jong as a player. He's a good player, but I just think like some people think he's better than what Jorginho offers. You'll be surprised. I think he's probably similar to Jorginho in that he's not that great defensively. Some of the issues that you have with Jorginho in transition, you must still have them with Frenkie De Jong.
Here's what I think. Here's what I think. I think he's different. They differ. I think Jorginho, he's quicker than Jorginho.
But the thing with Jorginho is that with Frenkie De Jong, at Barcelona, he has Busquets, who's 34 years old, and he hasn't been able to take his position because Frenkie De Jong plays better in a double pivot. In a single pivot like Barcelona, he's not in the same. He doesn't have the same defensive attribute like Busquets. He doesn't read the game defensively that well.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me put up a poll. Go ahead.
Yeah, he doesn't read the game defensively that well. So if you come to Chelsea, if you play
and truthfully, Jorginho, even though he's not the most physical or the most defensive, I think he reads the game very well.
Yeah, so you will have I think people maybe they always see the grass is green on the other side. They don't know what we have. Because when he comes here, first thing first, he still need to adapt to the speed of the Premier League. Because in La Liga, he's very slow. So he has the ball, he can turn around and pass it. You in the Premier League, especially in midfield, you get pressed like crazy. So you get the ball, you have to release it quickly. He's a good player. I'm not going to deny it. I've seen him play for the Netherlands and a few times for Barcelona. He struggled. Obviously, like I said, they couldn't find him. They couldn't find the perfect position for him because they don't play in a double pivot. They play with a single six. So they force him to play further up the pitch. He did an alright job, or they play him as a centre back. But for the Netherlands, where he plays in a double six, that's where you see him excel. He's like, or even at Ajax when he was in a double six, he's that good. But the issues that we have in a double six with Jorginho, where we're saying, we get done in transition. It's not fast enough. It's very, those issues that we have. Yes, Frenkie De Jong is probably faster than Jorginho, but the strength bit, is he that defensively switched on that he can, where he plays as a centre back? So I hope he has some skills.
I think there's some. One thing I want to say is maybe there's some misconception given the way Barcelona plays.
Yeah.
Even their most defensive player is always, He's always, is always, again, plays like an offensive player. And believe me, Frenkie De Jong is good defensively and better than Jorginho defensively. Maybe, again, reading the game, ability to read the game is a different game altogether. Here's the only aspect of Jorginho's game that I'm concerned about that I don't think he's able to do is the ability to control the tempo of the game. Jorginho is a master at that.
Yeah, he does that. Yeah. So
that's the only aspect. Defensively, I think Frenkie De Jong is good. Physically, he's more physical than Jorginho. He gets in the box more often, except if the coach wants him to be, the manager wants him to be even more disciplined. He gets you more goals, and I think he's got great vision too, and he can create chances. But again, I think you could say they're not the same. Whereas you could argue Jorginho is a regista, I don't think De Jong is nowhere near being a regista.
And also, De Jong is very good at short passes and progressing the ball, like with short passes and movement.
And you're sure Barcelona's approach to the game isn't approaching, isn't influencing your thoughts, your argument on that.
That's probably why, because obviously that's where again, I can only judge him from what I've watched, and most of the time I watch him, he plays for Barcelona, and that's the way they play. Yeah, it's a bit different. But when I watched a game, Netherlands against Italy, I think it was in the Nation League or something like that. It was one of these funny tournaments they have. And Jorginho showed him level. Jorginho was dominating that game. That was dominating that midfield. So I don't know. He's a good player. I would take him if we can come to an agreement with Barcelona. And the reason I would take him is more so to laugh at United, rather than is a need for us.
Yeah. Again, thank you very much for that. Again, let me catch up with the chat. I'll come back again. Hopefully, it's still halftime and it's still with me. I know usually you live for work. Again, I also think Koulibaly signing is a massive boost to Jorginho wanting to stay. Jorginho, again, I'm going to say this. I don't know why I'm saying it, and sorry for busting people's bubbles if you like him to stay. As much as I like Jorginho and I understand how pivotal he is to the way Thomas Tuchel likes to approach the game, I think he probably wants to leave on a free. It's become, a dangerous precedent set maybe inadvertently set at Chelsea Football Club, because he's learned if he lives on a free, he gets more money. And he gets to go back to Italy. His agent has always talked about that, and there's no way you can tell me he's not aware of his agent's behavior. He is they probably discussed his agent coming out and making those statements. It's either he's looking for more money or he's bent on living on the free. But that's, by the way, I think Jorginho's role is underrated. Very, very. Most people don't understand his importance to the team, and I think some learned that the hard way. The fact that whenever he's not, he's not starting on the pitch for us, we seem to struggle to control games, and there's nobody in the team that can do it, as well as he does it whenever he's not playing. We haven't actually brought in that replacement that's able, to fulfill that regista, versus the DM role. I think he's able to do that, whereas he's not in anywhere close to being a natural DM. But that's why the way. De Jong is better than Jorginho, but that doesn't mean he should be worth the money Barca are offering. I think 80 million is too much, even though he's still young. But if you argue, he still has selling value because he's still young. When you want to sell him, for how much are you going to sell him? 150 or 200? That's the question we have to answer. But that's, by the way, the market now is crazy, and we know how much Bayern Munich paid for the other delete, his fellow countryman.
I'm so happy we did it.
Yeah, I'm so happy we didn't either. Koulibaly, I think, even though I wanted us to get delete, I wanted us to get them both, but I think it's a sensible spending to get in delete and then leave the players we have at the club. No, Frenkie is very good defensively. He even plays a CB. Yep, there was a time Barcelona had defensive issues. He played there. I'm not sure how many games, but he played there for them, and he did well. The reason why he hasn't taken Busquets' role is because being a single pivot requires good positioning skills and the ability to read the game. And he doesn't have that. I think we alluded to that already. That's what Jorginho does better than him. J5 gave Wash Sancho his first goal. The poll never lies, bro. Here's the truth. Yeah, he kept, but it was a mistake. Again, all of us do. Again, the beautiful game. By the way, apologies to you. I hope you're doing well. Please do let me know how you're doing. And here's the thing. That mistake, I recall that game. It was against United. It happens.
And coach,
it happens. And again, as a regista, Jorginho actually isn't into putting the ball away. Yeah. But I think he should have tried to do that. I think he tried to get it under control and then missed it. And again, it happens. We've had players We have Antonio Rudiger literally kicked the ball into our own net.
Yeah, and coach, to the beautiful game, Kante gave Martinelli in his first, his career. You remember when we played Arsenal? Kante slipped and Martinelli went on a score. It was similar.
Yeah, exactly, and that was actually a comical sleep.
Yeah,
if you really want to talk about it. Yeah, but because Kante is Kante, most people, we didn't talk about it that much.
Yes.
That's why I'm honestly, you and I have a fight. Actually, we're gonna slug out one day. You explain to me why you don't like Malang Sarr, but not today anyway. Then I'll tell you why it was easy to blame the kid for something that wasn't his fault. And we seem to forget how old he is. Again, let's read this before I continue reading what we have in the chart. It's about, again, Frenkie De Jong. It says Chelsea are negotiating with Barcelona for Frenkie De Jong. The deal is driven by Todd Boehly, who is really keen on signing him. Tuchel has approved and is also keen. The priority for Tuchel, again, I think it just switches now that I don't want it on the screen. Let me wait for it to show up. Here, there you go. We have it there. It says the priority for Tuchel still remains the defense, such as Cucurella and Fofana, and those two. I'm not sure where we are with those deals, but we'll see. We'll see what happens again. But
Coach,
again,
you get my message?
Let me see. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
Okay, if you're back, yeah, you can come in. Talk about Frenkie De Jong. What you think about the deal? Because there's something Rodrigo talked about. We have to pay up, measure up to what the bid that Manchester United had in, and the salary is out of this world. Maybe it was just rumors. The salary amounts to 300,000 plus in pounds because it's 500 euros, so around 300,000 plus. But I want to get your thoughts on us going for De Jong.
Without my own personal concerns, for the sake of the fact of conversation, it's a good deal. It should be done. It will be the last deal to be done, I believe, because it's the longest deal. This window is just so long and draining. So I don't believe it will be done now. But from what I'm seeing that they are confident in getting that done. I'm sure Barcelona,
they always say that.
I'm sure all parties want this to be over or done with. I mean, get it done. He's good quality. There's no question about what he will provide. It's just about what the paperwork is, and obviously the money is long, the wages is long. It's a lot of money. It will take a long time. I really don't think we can do it, just because of what is involved. Not the players' intentions or what I just believe that it will just be too long a deal for us to finalize in 4 weeks. First we got to put a bid, then we got to get that in and go accepted. Then we got to talk to the player, agree terms, then fly into London for a medical. So I believe there's like 5 stages, which I believe this before the transfer is completed, and I don't see that happening within a month, even if it takes a week for every single one of those stages to fall through. So if it's bid, it takes a week. Acceptance, it takes a week. Personal terms, it takes a week. Medical, it takes a week. I don't think we'll sign it. I just think it's just going to be too much. I think it's just too much a deal.
IBZ, the most important thing is the registration to the FA. So maybe they can speed that bit up and then do, I don't know.
Whose registration?
I've seen transfer being done on the last day and conclude on the last day. And then the rest is discussed.
But usually, here's the surprising thing. Usually when there's time, it takes time.
Yes.
But that's the surprising aspect of the whole thing. But when it's deadline day, everything gets completed. How? I don't know how that is possible.
Because
I just do not know.
For the first few months, this is what goes today. What were you doing for the first month or two of the transfer window? You're waiting on the last, and that's what it is. On deadline day, that's when you start seeing breaking news. Even Sky Sports News, Yellow Banner can't keep up with the amount of breaking news that will be broken on that day. And I believe many things will happen on that day. But will I believe it's a little too late? Yeah, maybe. Maybe January will be more rigorous, will be more, I believe, obviously, deals are harder to get done in January. But I believe we'll be more better off than we are right now. And if we don't get De Jong now, we may get him in January. That's all. But I hope for the benefit of the fans that want to see new players come in, because I've left that bus. I don't care. I'm happy with who I have. Yeah, I don't care. But for the sake of those that want to see new players in and new signings, it is what it is. Let's just hope that gets done, because Bowley needs to make a statement. He has already. You sort of with Koulibaly and Sterling. You have, but to make your mark, you still need a long way to go. So I believe that De Jong deal will do it. I believe if he gets De Jong, that is a big statement. A big statement in hijacking Manchester United.
That would be an important statement for Chelsea fans. They'd love to see that. Yeah,
a massive statement. United fans will be absolutely angry about that.
Yeah.
But
again, let me quickly catch up with the chat. Thank you very much for that. IPZ, the Bluetooth again, Jeff 5. Again, I've read that. Says Jorginho. Okay, just saying. Okay, likely this now states. Okay, I was just reading an update. Jorginho is too limited as a player. Being better than him means very little, in my opinion. Again, that's a serious argument. I do still think
it's true. I don't think that's wrong. I don't see the big hype in Jorginho, and that might be an unpopular opinion, but I couldn't really care to be honest.
Well, of course, again, if some people will buy that. That's the thing, but for me, I don't. The Young wage is quite high. That's the truth. Jorginho lost a form last season, but that mean Frenkie is better than him. They're two different profile players, but I take Frenkie over him, even though I myself, I love Jorginho. It says, I've sent you a Twitter page of Frenkie De Jong. Thank you very much. I've seen that myself, and I sincerely do appreciate that. Again, it says, Jorginho has given a lot to Chelsea. Last season, he played when he was injured. We shouldn't be criticizing him. Again, critiquing a player is all right. We have to do that, but name calling is what I'm not into. Again, he did quite well for us this past season. In fact, that's the truth. Even when he was carrying an injury, he still fought for the team. Kante and Rudy have created a J5 is overdrawn. That's you again. Jorginho was our best player last season in terms of how much he gave, and even because the truth is he was carrying an injury and he still continued to play just to help the team out. Frenkie De Jong and Memphis Depay and Aspilicueta and Marcos Alonso plus 50 million. Okay, I get your argument. MC Wright says at least not even close. He got overrated due to the Euros, the UEFA Champions League. Some people say that too, but numbers don't lie. He got what he deserved. I'm hearing that Barcelona hope to advance in negotiations with Chelsea or Manchester United. So it's both ways. The player could still end up at Manchester United, but we'll see what happens. If we do get the Young, the United has spent the entire transfer window chasing one player and he's gone to a rival. Happy it is not, this time being messed around with. Again, the truth remains, we have the upper hand. We have Champions League. We have two players that they need. But from the players, on a player's perspective, you don't know what he really wants. He's played under Ten Hag. You could argue it was Ten Hag that gave him his chance.
He'll still go to United. I still see that.
Yeah, there's a chance that happens, primarily because of Ten Hag himself. So we just don't know what's going to happen. So let's go ahead with what we have here. I think we should move on from the De Jong story. Chelsea must match, Manchester United proposal, which exceeds 80 million euros. 80 million euros in pounds should be around 70 plus, right? Yes, between fixed and variables to reach a deal, and then manage the agreement with the young due to a complicated salary situation because Barcelona deferred part of his salary. It's complicated but not impossible. Yeah, the deferred salary for me is an issue. I don't know how that's going to happen because I'm hearing that Barcelona are trying to factor what they owe him into what the buying club would pay. Again, 118 people watching. We're nearing the end of the show, and again, 132 likes. If you haven't, please do take a second to like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Again, Mari R says we need a depth in the squad. The young would be good for Chelsea. Again, we're hearing the manager wants him, so yeah, why wouldn't we? Let's go for him. The question is, are we going to be able to get him? I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Ice is just joining. They said, "Letness is greatness." Thank you for finding the time to join. Chelsea offered Levi Colwill in the Cucurella deal, but only on loan. Chelsea have made a bid in excess of 50 million. Again, there's no way to confirm that this is a fact, the truth. What do you think? We're hearing somebody say that the issue is that we haven't paid up to 50 million. We've paid more than we're offering more than 50 million. But I'm thinking maybe the holdup is because they want Levi Colwill on a permanent deal. We want him, to join them on loan.
Brighton.
Anybody on the panel want to say anything on that?
Brighton haven't actually rejected anything. That's another thing. They haven't said anything. They haven't responded to Chelsea bid. So this is where I think...
Yes, well, I'm going to ask you quickly, but they're negotiating.
They're searching for a replacement. Because
so that's the hold-up.
Yeah, because what would happen is if Brighton accept the bid now, every team that Brighton want to buy their left-back from, they know Brighton have 50 million because we've been so public about this deal. So what Brighton need to do, they probably need to negotiate on their side, try to find a player and agree a fee there, and then they can come back to Chelsea to finalize the Cucurella is going to leave Brighton. If not this transfer window, next transfer window, he's going to leave. It's simple as that. Obviously, we want him to come now, and hopefully he will come. I'm going to be positive. I can see him coming, but it depends on entirely on Brighton. That's
wait, you're positive?
Yes, why not? It doesn't cost anything. I think this because if Brighton didn't really want to sell Cucurella, they would have rejected Chelsea's approach straight up. They like, come on, they don't want to sell. They'll just tell Chelsea, no, we don't want to sell. But because they want to sell, they're looking for replacement, and they're actually doing the homework, trying to find who's going to replace him. And I heard about Angelino, the old City. He used to play for Man City. I think the player Brighton are looking at, or maybe they have other targets they're looking at. So
let me ask you this: Would you give them? What's his name? Would you give them Colwill on a permanent?
Yes, I would give him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Why not? What the hell? Whenever people say, "Oh my God, we're gonna sell our prize," that's it. I'm like, hang on. We have an academy. He came from the academy, meaning if there's not one, we're reproducing a factory of more Levi Colwills. Okay,
exactly.
So a guy you've never seen play Premier League football, you just have this affinity because of the fact that he played very well for Huddersfield, and now he can make the step up, and we have this Cobham FC affinity.
There is. And
that you feel every single youth player is good enough for the squad. Exactly. If every single youth player is good for the squad, we are not where you want us to be. We are not a top 4 club. We are a Southampton type club. We are a club that rely on youth, selling for profit. Let's wake up and smell the herbs that are burning. I hate the delusion that we have as fans. If every single academy product.
There's an unhealthy obsession with youth players.
You know what I mean? If every single youth player is worth it, then you will put him on. Then we won't need to rely on bringing in foreign talent to come and grace the league or grace the team. We might as well just leave everyone in their country, and I'm going to just homegrown through the whole... It's not going to happen. It can't happen. It's impossible. This is why homegrown talent go elsewhere to get to first team football. Manchester United, Arsenal, City, Chelsea, Barcelona, Madrid, Munich. It happens. Not every youth player. You get the generational one. Reece James, Mason Mount. But not everyone's a Reece James and Mason Mount. Not everyone's a Trevor Chalobah. Not everybody can do it. It's simple.
Exactly.
Simple. That's it. So Levi Cole, sorry, but not sorry. Get out. You're part of the deal. Get out.
That's the Birmingham accent. Yes, sorry.
Literally.
Here's the thing. I think the one thing about the Chelsea fan base is every time we lose one academy player or the other, again, a lot of us get bent out of shape.
We're burnt out. We've got PTSD from Salah. Look, we've got PTSD from Salah and De Bruyne. Yeah, that's the PTSD we're coming from. Because if we keep it a buck, what of our academy players are world beaters right now? Apart from, you could just argue Tomori and Abraham. Which of the academy products are turning the world right now to say, oh my God, why did we sell? Apart from not academy products in Salah and De Bruyne, who we had on our books who are now world beaters. Maybe that's where the PTSD is coming from. Oh, don't sell our youth. And if we sell our youth, it's gonna bite us in the back. Salah and De Bruyne were not our youth. We just got them young. We didn't give them time, and someone else did. And Aborojesu, we are where we are. But that same analogy cannot be used every single time we have a hot prospect coming out of the academy. It can't be. So we just need to, Levi Cole straight to Brighton. See you later. Don't let the door hit you on the way out. And I'm taking Cucurella, 100%. Because I know there's another Levi Cole making his stripes in the academy right now to make his name for himself. What are we talking about?
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, so let me catch up on the chat. And at this point, if you're in the chat, if you have questions, shoot, and we will try to address it because we still have a few more minutes to go by the end of the show. And it looks like the panel is on fire. IBZ, I know how to wind you up to speak like that. Were you still talking, Rodrigo, or should I go ahead with the chat?
Oh no, I was just wanting to say, I understand. There's this obsession from certain Chelsea fan base on these academy players. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like, what?
And if you pay attention to them, we'd end up having 11 full of academy players, whether they're good enough or not.
Exactly. We'll have a team full
which is fine. But it's all about being realistic. If you want it, you have to understand what comes with it. Be careful what you wish for, because you'll get it. Okay, we'll put all of our academy products in there, innit? No problem. Yeah. But we're not going to compete where you want to compete.
Exactly.
If you want top 4, you can kiss that goodbye. You will hardly get a sniffer for top 6 with the teams that are trying to get in there this year. Villa, Everton trying to do better. Newcastle with this money. So if you like, put the Coban boys, let them compete. By the time you win, you know that, there's this Spanish guy that's scoring goals. I want to bring him in now. Yeah, to hell with the academy product. What nonsense.
Yeah. Again, Brighton looking at Angelino from RB Leipzig. And again, I think you're correct. Maybe the issue is them getting in a replacement. And my brother Mikhail here says, Blue Morning feels like a Groundhog Day again. I went to sleep and woke up another failed hijack by Chelsea in transfer window. The case of Cucurella isn't actually a hijack. I don't think it is. City walked away. Do you think, would you call it a hijack, Rodrigo, or IBC?
An opportunity. It's just an opportunity.
It's an opportunity. It wasn't a hijack. Maybe he's referring to some other thing. IBC, you say something, bro?
No. You're right. It's not a hijack. It's not a hijack. You're right.
No, it's not a hijack. They walked away. Again, but that's, by the way, again, bro, welcome. I hope you're doing well. IC says, in total, I see you Chelsea spending 400 million plus. The truth is, again, I don't know what's up with the Chelsea content creators. When the rumors broke, Chelsea have 200 million, to spend budget. Some of them started calling it a war chest. What's that going to buy you in a war? A shield? Or is it going to even buy you an arrow?
That's not even going to buy a tank.
Exactly. Not even close. 200 million for what? And they're calling it a war chest in this day and age market, where that's a single good player that could cost 110 million. Yeah. But I think we're learning the hard way that isn't the case.
Alone is 110 million, let alone this left foot.
Exactly. Yeah, so we bought 2 players in Koulibaly, which is both of them almost 70 or getting to 80 million. Just 2 players. And we're talking about we needed 6 players, and we're promised that two are going to be marquee signings. Yeah, exactly. Good luck. I don't think even 400 million would be enough, but we'll see what happens on the men's side. Yeah, on the men's side alone, because I wasn't sure if the budget was for all the including the youth, the academy, the women's side, and then the men's side. You know, we call the Carbon Lovers. Yeah, exactly. This Chelsea Football Club, not Ajax. That's the truth. Again, an update here says RB Leipzig director Vivo told Simon Phillips, Phillips 24, of course, we find him exciting. He's incredibly fast and an international. We have been in exchange with him since his transfer, but we're not close to a deal, and we'll only announce it when it makes sense. I think they're talking about the interest in Timo Werner because we're looking to get something from them. In Vadio, are we looking at any other place? That's where Sesko. Where's Benjamin Sesko?
No, Salzburg.
Salzburg, okay. So we're looking to get Vadio from them, and they've argued that they don't want to sell him. But that's, by the way, again, we'll see what happens. That one, it's a pretty difficult one because it's looking like if we're not going to get anything from them, we're not going to let Timo Werner go. But I'm not sure what happens. Again, let me see if we have anything else to discuss. Again, we don't have to go on it because the chat is running dry. People are leaving gradually. We don't have to stay that long there if there's nothing to talk about. We've talked about this one here. Let's see. Okay, we have some updates to look at. Chelsea have also made 2 bids for the 19-year-old. Do you know him?
No, but he looks like another midfielder preparing for the future. So good.
Yeah, that one we talked about. Yeah, another kid. He's good. And Inter have refused the 2 bids. Go ahead. Sorry, Rodrigo.
Yeah, Cesare Casadei for the pronunciation people in the chat.
You know how to pronounce it?
Yeah, Cesare Casadei. Because it's from Milan, so the S is always pronounced as a Z because in between vowels. Yeah.
So you don't know him? IBC, do you know him?
No, probably not.
Okay, and he's gone to. Okay, you're here. Okay, hopefully you don't drop out too and leave just me I alone here. But I'll just run solo. I'll be good. Anyway, you drive your bus to wherever you want to go. Here we have this one. Barcelona were leading the race for Carney Chukwuemeka before Chelsea, made an offer. Thomas Tuchel was the man who changed the story. AC Milan promised the player an important role also, but he accepted Chelsea because of Tuchel. Again, Tuchel sold the project to him. Again,
you guys hear me? Sorry, man. I couldn't answer that. My thing just went off. I don't know the guy.
No problem, bro. I understand you don't have to say. I was asking if you know anything about this kid here.
No, I don't know anything about this kid. It's the first I'm hearing of it. I don't know. I have no idea. I haven't got a Solomon clue.
If it's that good, why is Inter Milan selling him?
I don't know. What are they selling him? I don't know.
They don't want to sell him. They refused. They refused our initial offer. Actually, they don't want to sell him. I think every club these days are looking for young talents to bring in.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't want to sell him actually, but that's by the way. Let me see what they have in the chat here. Again, we are having a great window for me. We need a midfield. We need a midfielder. We need midfield help and to cut some fat. But Raheem in our attack is a great. It's a great ad, and KK is going to be the top CB in England. I think he will be. Again, I like him as a player. Cucurella, I saw Nigerian name in the headline at the Chelsea. I was so happy that you know him. I think we've talked about him. He's a good player overall. We are paying big money for young players, and some people just want to give ours away. And if we were a second-rate players, why are all these clubs in for Levi? Because he is rated very highly. Again, like somebody says, the grass is always greener on the other side. Probably because we're paying that much money to get all the people's academy players.
Yeah!
IBZ, you okay?
My cat was in the bin. Sorry.
Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, hello. I love your beats, and I want a Vardiol and Cucurella. I hope we'll be able to get them both. AE Dates Nice. Welcome to the channel, and please like the video and do subscribe if you haven't. Again, let's see what we have here. Says Werner needs to go. He's being gone. If his wages weren't ridiculous, again, we'll see if that happens. These young midfielders are gonna play out there. Gallagher looked awful in America. Gave up a penalty again versus Charlotte and looked crazy versus Arsenal because he's been played out of position. I wouldn't play him as a number 6, and I've said that before. Again, play him further forward as a number 8, maybe, if we're gonna stick.
He look crazy.
Yeah. What a way to phrase it, right?
All right.
Yeah, but honestly, I wouldn't blame the kid. I play him further forward, close to the final third. Again, I agree with you, IBZ. Again, so in your opinion, does Cucurella, confirm Chelsea team? He's asking if we're going to get him. If that's the case, I still think we're going to get him. He didn't instill much confidence on Gallagher. And again, for a guy who's played in England, he may have blown his sense. I don't think he has. I think he trusts him. That's just him trying out where he'd be better utilized, I think. But play him closer to the 18-yard box. Says this is Chelsea Football Club, not Ajax. The 36 times league champions, 4 times European champions, 2 World Cup champions, one of only 5 clubs to win all European trophies. So a lot of built on youth. Again, I get the argument that Ajax is built on youth, and they're able to achieve quite a lot. So the argument, we get that. But I know what you're responding to.
I know what you're trying to say, innit? Because they
want big money for even non-league players because youth matter. They matter a lot. Where's that the animal abuser coming from? I'm not sure. Looked at some of his clips. Hi, Josviela. And Blue Blood Manny says that shout was mad. Yeah, tell IBC.
You know what it was, yeah? It's my cat. I'm doing the dishes. My cat just found his way inside. My cat just found his way inside the bin. Started looking for bone, chicken bone.
You didn't do a zoomer, yeah? Don't do zoomer. Don't do zoomer, bro.
Again, this is again the poll that asks the young or Jorginho. It says again the young 81% says they want the young, and 19% say they want Jorginho. Again, even though I understand what Jorginho offers, I still think we should get Jorginho again. But that's, by the way, I says please don't do again. No, he's not doing a zoomer there. Jump to conclusion. I have faith in Todd and TT. We will be all right, my fellow Blues. We will sign at least 2 defenders. I think one more, maybe 2 defenders more, a centre back, and then do they the left wing back position? Do they count as defenders these days? But we'll see what happens. No, that's not the case. Also, she put a statement that she wanted to spend a time with her family. Yes, everyone, everyone at Chelsea fan getting frustrated with transfer market. Why she gonna? But we have to deal with it now and give time. To be honest, coach, she's gone for a reason. Marina left her statement and sent message to Chelsea and the fans that she left because being here for a long time and sent best wishes. She's not gonna come out and say there was an issue.
She's a PR
let's be honest there.
She's a PR nightmare, coach. She's a PR nightmare.
Yeah.
Because of what's happening in Ukraine and everything. You just nah. We couldn't keep her. I know she's nothing to do with anything, but she's associated. She's a name associated. You don't want to have someone like that when you try to come out with a clean break. It was just a PR nightmare. For the Czech one, that's the one I'm surprised. Marina was clear and obvious that she had to go. Yeah.
Why do you think she has to go?
Because the PR nightmare, coach. You have someone in Chelsea, because Chelsea already was being associated with a war that
The
we had
Russian
nothing to do with.
invasion, yeah.
Exactly. And then
So
you have a
having
Russian
Marina
war.
staying there would just
Exactly.
perpetuate the fact that
Yeah.
you've got
So
Russian, you
Yeah.
got links to Roman Abramovich still at the club.
Okay,
Yeah.
the
They'll start
political
chatting
aspect
rubbish
of the
about
whole conundrum.
Tobolli. They'll probably put Toboli's name as Toboli knows that she has links to the Russian tide and he's still there.
Yeah.
Are they going against what the government said? Should Chelsea
Exactly.
just be revoked? Should we just put Chelsea out of business?
Exactly.
They are, you know.
She had to go. I understand.
Okay,
that.
again, I get that aspect. That may well be the case, but we don't know really. But again, if you're watching, thank you for 98 people. Again, 136 likes. If you haven't, please do take a second to like the video. We started, it was a slow start today due to technical issues, but yet it's a brilliant show so far. But we'll end in a few minutes. It says a question to panel: will you sell Levi Colwill to Brighton if you want to buy Cucurella? Talking about the deal, I understand.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer.
Again, if the manager, if the manager doesn't have Levi Colwill in his plans, why waste time? Sell him. What's the Keats plan? And the Keats, he has no shortage of buyers. But if that means gives us an, helps. If he will help us get Cucurella, and the manager wants Cucurella, let it happen. We can't keep them all. Again, I like the Keat, but if the manager doesn't rate him well enough to start him, then that's it. Rodrigo, you want to say anything to that question?
Yeah, I wanted to say this also goes against these people that have agenda against Tuchel, saying he doesn't trust youth. Well, if Tuchel didn't really trust Colwill, he would have probably sold him already. Maybe people need to calm down before jumping to conclusion. Like, he doesn't like the youth, he doesn't give them a chance. But what's the hold up then? If the hold up we're hearing is that Chelsea don't want to sell or don't want to sell him on permanent, they prefer sending him on loan, so they value him. But personally, if you ask me, do we sell him and get Cucurella on permanent? I'll say yes. Because like IBZ said, there are plenty of Levi Colwill in the academy. We have a very good recruitment in the youth team. There's probably a kid already in the academy that we probably don't know yet. That's coming up. That's probably as good. That's probably as good as Colwill. Come on, how old is Colwill? 19.
Exactly.
Maybe have a 17-year-old.
Exactly. We probably have a 15-year-old now doing the madness right now, just waiting for his time in 2024, 2025 for him to be said, "Oh, don't sell him," so that he's going to be the future. We have an academy. We manufacture these clubs, manufacture these talent. Why Barcelona? Do you know how many academy products are playing right now from Barcelona?
Yeah.
One we're being linked to right now.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them. Can they keep all of them? They can't.
They can't.
Bro. And then I'm bringing in other talent from elsewhere. Lewandowski, Chelsea, Rafinha, all these guys. Have you ever played for Barcelona and Mazia before? But Cucurella did. You know what I mean? So, but that's how it goes. That's the game. You're not going to keep all your talents. Exactly. Unfortunately, that's football.
Yeah, again, if you're in the chat, if you have any questions, shoot it. We're approaching the end of the show, but we'll take your questions as we'll move on. Again, we've addressed what we have on the screen here. Thank you for that question, Just Viola, the queen of the house. Mikhail says, I had hope of signing Cucurella, but this is a dagger to the to the whole part. Again, it's not over yet. Just calm down. I think the negotiation is just complicated, probably because we made the mistake of offering Levi Colwill to them in the first place. Now they want him on a permanent. That's what I think that's the case is. Again, responding to Just Viola, Chelsea survived in the early 60s and 70s because of youth in the early 90s too, until we got foreign players mid to late 90s. Okay.
Sorry to break it to you, mate. Sorry to break it to you, Mr. Comment. Oh, yeah, we survived through, but half the league is survived through foreign talent. The Premier League won't be where it is without foreign talent. Yeah. Exactly. If Eric Cantona don't come in and do his thing, if Cristiano Ronaldo don't come in and do his thing, if Didier Drogba don't come in and do his thing, if these players don't come in and do his thing, we don't have no Premier League product that is loved by the rest of the whole world. So it's the foreign talent that make up the Premier League. Yeah. And within the 90s, I had this argument with someone the other day. Oh yeah, because it was after Haaland's debut. You get a lot of guys comparing. Someone said, "Oh, I can see Werner and Lukaku in Haaland." I got absolutely, I spazzed out on him. I said, "Excuse me, that's a very stupid comment. Because if that's the case, Then what?
Yeah, as in IBC, I think we're reading too much into that comment. It's just emphasizing, that the kids are important too. That's how I see it.
Yeah,
Again, it says, if it wasn't for the kids, there wouldn't be a Chelsea. For your support, let the door hit him on the unnecessary disrespect. I'm not sure what you're saying there, but that's, by the way. Again, we'll move on to what we have here. We have where did we stop? Let's try and address everything else we have here. Again, Barcelona will lead in the race with the rest that Thomas Tuchel thinks he can help a team immediately. That's what Thomas Tuchel's comment on Chukwuemeka. You paying attention, IBZ? He says Thomas Tuchel thinks Chukwuemeka can help the team immediately.
Yeah.
There was a meeting last week with Tuchel, Carney Chukwuemeka's agent, and his family, which is why you could say we were able to get them over Barcelona, which you could argue they have better draw for us. Chicago, again, we've read this one. Chicago Fire, we haven't added a selling clause percentage has also been agreed as part of the deal that took Gabriel Slonina to Chelsea. I think probably they're suspecting that we may sell him in the future. Again, that's not part of what we're looking at here. Let me see if there's any other comments here to read. Here it says, question, can RSC play centre back? This is the class just trying to wind us up. I don't think he can.
Did. He played against Luton as a centre.
Yeah, but how well did he do?
As well as Frenkie De Jong playing as a centre back.
See, let's just if Eddie Howe can change Joe Linton from a striker to a box-to-box midfielder, and it'd be revolutionary. I think Thomas Tuchel could turn Ruben Loftus-Cheek into a new centre-back. What do you guys think, man?
He's already turned into right wing back.
I mean, he's got it all.
No, but the right wing back thing is different. He's practically a midfielder playing there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, forget right wing back, centre-back, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Do you know how revolutionary that would be? Oh, my God.
Imagine, actually, yeah.
Can you imagine? What? Oh, no. Nothing will pass out. He's got speed. You go hear him. I'm telling you.
Yeah, again, I think I want to get your guys your thoughts on everything we talked about today. Declared you had the answer to your question. I'm going to start with you, IBZ. Your thoughts on everything we talked about. I think naturally this is the perfect time to end the show because we don't have any more topics to talk about, and there are no questions to address in the chat. So we'll move on. Go ahead, IBZ, your thoughts.
Like I said, let's be realistic and let's not fall victim to your Twitter journalists who don't give a damn about Chelsea, who just want to see us high and low. Let's not give in. Let's stick to the facts and your reasoning. We may not get all of these targets. We don't have the minerals to execute these targets. I wish we did, but we don't, which is obviously it is what it is. We've just described maybe Marina, Peter Cech, obviously it can't be done. So we have to be realistic that we may not get all our targets. Hell, if we don't get all our targets, we may not be as good as our competitors, and our positioning may not be as where we want it to be, which is fine because it's all about rebuilding, right? So if we rebuild it properly, we can have better. Yes, I'm not writing off the season. I'm not saying we're going to get relegated, but I'm not expecting many big things, and I hope that's what everyone's going in, because you have high expectations, you get disappointed, you start blaming people aimlessly. You start blaming Tuchel. The minute you start blaming Tuchel that has been airing the same complaints that we are airing all summer, it will be very, very unfair to the man. So let's understand the situation we are, and let's give him support throughout this year. Yeah. So hopefully in January we go harder than we're supposed to. I don't think I'll be on panel again tomorrow. So you probably see me on Monday, Coach, if anything.
You seem to travel a lot, brother, but a safe trip if you're traveling. But I understand. Again, it's always, you know that, brother, already. Always a pleasure to have you on the panel. And again, I want you, I don't know if I've told you, to be part of the launch of the sister channel. It's less than a week now. You're going to be there, so I'll let you know on time. If there's any need. Let me know. I'm ready. If there's any need to move the launch date so that we can make adjustments and accommodate everybody.
I'm ready.
Yeah, thank you so much, brother.
God bless you. Hey, Rodrigo, my brother.
Rodrigo.
Yeah, take
you too, brother.
Yeah. Just what's there to say? Cucurella hasn't happened yet. I think, like we know, that because Brighton haven't rejected the offer, so it probably means they're looking for replacement. So we can step. People that want to be positive can still be positive because nothing is written yet unless they reject it. And people that are worried about youth players not getting the chance, they will get the chance. But if there's an opportunity here to get Cucurella and sending Colwill on loan to Brighton, I think we should do it because we're getting a more experienced player that can help us. What we're in for? We're in to bridge the gap between City and Liverpool. So hopefully we get a player that can help us achieve that, rather than staying here and hope this young player will eventually get to those levels. So yeah, listen, I'm still. I think the summer's gonna end with us only signing 2 players. That's the reality of it, and I think people should prepare themselves for that.
Okay, I'm going to counter you on that one. We should prepare ourselves. We should, manage our expectations when it doesn't look like we're going to achieve so much this season. If we overachieve, I'll take it. But here's what I want to say. Here's what I want to say is this. What I want to say is this. Yes, we're still going to bring in more than 2 players, but it won't happen as soon as possible. The transfer window is still open, and this is not going to be the first time where the season has started. And as the season progresses, we're still bringing in new players. This is not the first time. But I think our impatience, that is the impatience of the Chelsea fan base, heightened because of the unfortunate situation we found ourselves in. So before time, we were worried, even before the transfer window opened. We were worried because other teams had already started finalizing deals for players they want, but we were under restrictions. We couldn't do anything. So those things, come into play. But that's, by the way, you have anything else you want to add? If not, we'll call it a day.
We'll call you a day. We'll see again. Are you streaming tomorrow?
Yeah, definitely every day until the transfer. Even if the transfer window shuts, the only difference will be I must most definitely lessen the length of the streams. It is quite long.
Yeah, and also stop photoshopping.
But again, I'm declared big up my role. Love to see you there. I know you're very busy. Again, if we sign Cucurella, Fofana, FDJ, would it be a successful transfer window? Of course, it will be. It will be. Then we have you can say we have a complete team to a certain measure, maybe with some a forward or 2. But I think we'll still be fine. If Thomas Tuchel can adjust the system to accommodate what we have. Yes.
I don't think we signed any forward players.
Yeah, that may well be the case. Some people still think we'll still go for Ronaldo.
No, please.
But I don't want that to happen. Yes, with that, I want to say thank you to my brother, Rodrigo. Again, if you haven't, go check him out on Twitter. Be sure to follow him again and let him know I sent you. I cannot thank you guys enough. And for those in the chat, I want to say thank you to Jaffa Sikwa for joining. Thank you to The Cloud for joining. Thank you for Abba Valentine for joining. Thank you to the Queen of the House, Just Viola, for staying to the end of the show and helping keep things clean. Thank you to Soteris Gigio. That name sounds familiar. And the picture too, maybe I have to pay more attention. Raza 3D, nice to see you. And everyone else that found time to join the show. If I miss Mikhail too, my brother, thank you so much. I can't thank you enough. Again, with that, we've come to the end of the show. If I miss your name, apologies. I'm only human. So thank you. I hope to see you guys if there will be an evening show, or maybe during another Blue Morning show. Thanks. God bless us all, and bye.